get started with session 47. The sun climbs higher in the Arabellan sky, casting long shadows across the bustling streets. Much Obliged finds themselves at a crossroads, both literally and figuratively. The weight of recent revelations hangs heavy in the air, mingling with the scent of fresh-baked bread and the distant clang of blacksmith's hammers. While Figwyn received a new suit of armor, Falaghard retrieved some very expensive purchased jewelry, which he seemed utterly disinterested in giving to its original intended recipient. His melancholy after the previous night's overdose is understandable, but concerning. You've spent the morning piecing together fragments of truth. A visit to the archives yielded a startling revelation. Jocelyn Bela's claim to leadership may rest on forged documents. But who forged them? And why did Jocelyn's younger brother know to look for it in the first place? Lunch with Escrel Bela brought its own surprises. He believes Jocelyn might be behind both the ghostly apparitions and Lord Belnar's death. Even with the possibility of forged documents, Escrel warned that the succession fight won't end easily. The damage is already done. But despite the seriousness of the situation, he still found time to think of securing his family's future when he asked permission to court Veronica. Surprisingly, she didn't say no. Meanwhile, the Hunt Ground prayer necklace you discovered the previous evening led you once again to the cemetery, where the groundskeeper allowed Corthyndahast access to the House Hunt Ground crypt. There was nothing particularly insightful there amongst the moldering dead, leaving you with more mystery and a few answers for Erebel's spectral visitors. As the afternoon begins, tension builds like a gathering storm. Figwyn and Delryar prepare to meet with Jocelyn over tea, minds racing with questions. What truths or lies await in Jocelyn's parlor? Who forged the will? Are the ghosts truly connected to him? Today has already proven eventful, yet each revelation adds complexity to your mission. The latest issue of the Cormyr Gazette paints a bleak picture of Tilverton, reminding you of the Queen's urgent task that still lies ahead. But first, the tangled web of politics here demand your attention. As you steel yourselves for the meeting with Jocelyn, you can't help but feel that every step forward only reveals how much further you have to go. Welcome back to Cormyr, in the year of purple dragons. Now it is almost tea time. You've time for just a little bit of discussion before.
So we're still at the restaurant, or we're just basically like leaving the restaurant to the Jocelyn Bela's?
Wherever you want to be in between here and there.
Well, Veronica will get the person she's talking to's place of residence for later.
Oh, he's just staying in an inn for a few more days, and then he's out.
Perfect.
So he's in and out?
Yep. That's what Assembian Merchant's all about.
Oh, Lord.
There it is.
Anything you guys want to discuss before we send Del and Fig off to the Lion's Den?
Like, I guess I kind of want to... Well, Veronica's having a conversation with this person.
You don't have to be with him anymore. You can rejoin the group.
Okay, Veronica will come and sit down with the group and ask Fig and Del, do you have a game plan for Jocelyn all figured out? Do you like any last minute conversation about that?
Hold on, my son picked this one moment to come in here.
Suplex him. Suplex your child.
He's bigger than I am. I can't do that anymore.
If Sabin can suplex a train, you can suplex your child.
saving.
He has a solar plexus.
Anyways,
I guarantee he inherited it from his father.
anyways,
Del, Fig, do you have a game plan?
It's not a great one, but I guess I have one. I have a list of things to not ask and a list of things to ask, and I'm not showing him either list, so...
Okay.
Mm.
And then we're gonna have Fowl in your pocket.
That was the plan. Fig just kind of looks vaguely nervous, but she's clearly trying to not be.
Del, you good?
It should be an interesting conversation, but there's not a whole lot we can do to prepare further.
All right. So then the rest of us, are we sitting outside? Like, what's the plan for us? I would rather not be directly outside, but maybe close enough in case things do go wrong. I don't think they will, though.
That would not be a very sensible move to strike
Yeah.
at us so openly.
Yeah.
Especially
I don't know.
since
They're
we're
fighting
not-
each other in the streets. I don't know. They're sensible. It doesn't feel like it's in
Mm.
the
There's
priorities.
a difference between infighting amongst one's own house and blatantly attacking not only another house, but agents of the Queen. We should be
Fair
fine.
enough.
Besides, they
If
don't
all
know
goes-
whether or not we're on their side or not. Why would they just start with an attack?
If all goes badly, simply set something on fire.
That
If
is
all goes
reasonable.
badly.
At least
Maybe
we'll
we
see
should
the
have-
smoke and come running.
Yeah. So is that our signal? Like, if there is a
Burn the
Signal.
apartments down?
Oh,
Bad
If
signal go.
you see a moonbeam coming out of the apartments,
There we go.
then come get us. Because I can't set fires.
all right. Val, you
Uh.
okay with that? Moonbeam is go.
Whatever.
I may not be able to use significant amount of magic indoors, but if the house starts getting struck by random lightning, that I can do.
Is there a subtler signal that we want to establish just in case?
If we're having to send for backup, I don't think we want to be subtle.
Maybe. All right. Well, I guess we'll just watch for lightning or moonbeams.
I can send reinforcements with you.
Skirble is not
We are not
reinforcements.
taking Skirbo.
what?
He's a rat bird.
You'd be surprised how effective Skirbo can be.
I am actually more worried about him being effectively obnoxious.
No, Scarborough would be very quiet.
I already have a rat I'm putting in my pocket, Skirble.
I could be in your other pocket.
How many pockets do you think girls get to wear?
I could be in his pockets.
Not a chance.
Oh.
So then, I guess Corthynd and Kaelen, where do you all want to hang out then? Or is there something that we want to do? Oh, Corthynd, didn't you have lunch? Oh, that's tomorrow. Is that tomorrow with the lady? The artificer? Wait,
That's
is that
the-
her?
Oh, is that?
What's her name?
It's tomorrow. You guys had lunch with Escrow
Yeah,
today.
tomorrow. Yeah. That's the next day.
Oh, okay. So tomorrow. Okay.
Time blends together. With...
Archivist. That's what it is. She's an archivist. Wait, what is she? She's not a librarian. I know that.
She's an archivist. She's
Royal
the royal
archivist.
archivist.
Thank you.
Archivist, that's it. I knew it was an A word. I couldn't figure
It's
it
like
I mean,
archivist, but
but
it's
with-
archivist.
The emphasis.
It's
on
like
a different
archivist, but
syllable.
pronounced correctly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Rob's date with an octogenarian is tomorrow, not today.
Wow.
I mean, did you look at her? Am I wrong?
All right, so I guess we'll head out. Veronica will finish her drink. And then in game, ask Del if he drank his.
Del will just pick it up and set it in front of her as he walks out the door.
It's empty.
And it's empty. Yeah.
We'll have
She thinks that he drank
to make
it.
sure she's cute before, like clean before she leaves. But then they're off for tea.
Right. While they're heading to tea, what are the rest of you doing? Also, Fal, what form are you taking?
I believe it was a mouse.
Yeah, whatever you want. It just should probably fit in my pocket or something.
Mothman.
It'll be a
Corthynd
mouse.
used to be like a scribe, right?
I was, yes.
Could you go with me? And I want to buy like a nice, like quill. You know, the writing thing.
Okay, certainly.
Can you help me pick one out?
I could do that.
I frankly wouldn't trust a scribe who had never heard of a quill.
I mean, you know, if you use magic to copy everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that
Alright.
at all.
Kaelen, are you going with them to
Yeah, I'll
find a
go with
quill? Okay.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you guys make your way to the estates where the apartments where Jocelyn is at.
Oh, before they leave, but like, Corthynd will make an excuse to like go to the restroom or something before everyone like breaks up when they're in the restaurant,
Okay.
and instruct Skirble to follow them unseen. And if there is any danger, return to him. But you know, tell him what their conversation's about later on, or you know, if there's anything interesting around the apartments, he's welcome to look around, but cause no mischief and don't be seen.
Of course. And then he just goes invisible.
Bird.
That's like the last thing a raven needed to be able to do. I know he's not really a raven, but like,
What?
What do you mean? He's
It's
perfectly
completely normal Raven.
Raven, rat,
Wait,
ratbird.
lizard.
does invisible mean that you can't smell him either?
You could smell him, but you can't smell him right now. He's not near
Well,
you.
not me, but like I'm just.
If Fig has a reason to use her dog nose, Fig will get a chance to smell him. But Fig will have to have a reason to use her dog nose.
Yeah, she can't just do that in human form. She'd have to be a dog, which she would really prefer
Oh.
not to do.
Okay, for whatever reason, I thought she had
No,
like.
she has that when she's in dog or hybrid form, but she has to like
Good.
physically have a dog nose to use it.
All right. So, Del and Fig, you make your way back to the apartments. And as you enter, the doorman who you spoke with yesterday is there, and he looks up, briefly glances past you, nods to himself, and says, welcome back. Shall I lead you to your meeting with Lord Jocelyn?
Yes, I think that would be most amenable. We were
Excellent.
invited for tea.
I heard. Please, this way. And he turns and leads you up the staircase to a third-floor apartment. It is a lavishly decorated suite. The air is heavy with the scent of exotic incense, and the sound of a distant fountain provides a soothing backdrop. Thick, richly embroidered tapestries adorn the walls, depicting scenes of Cormyr history and of House Bela's triumphs. As you enter the main sitting room, you're struck by the opulence. Plush velvet chairs surround a low table of polished ebony, with ornate calishite rugs covering the marble floor. A crackling fire in the grand fireplace casts a warm glow over the room, illuminating shelves lined with leather-bound books and gleaming curios. Seated in a high-backed chair, looking every bit the noble patriarch, is Jocelyn Bela. His silver hair and beard are impeccably groomed. His eyes, though creased with age, shine with sharp intelligence. He rises to greet you, his movements smooth and deliberate. With a gracious gesture, he invites you to be seated. Welcome to my home. It is a pleasure to meet you both in person.
It is a pleasure to be invited. It just kind of like glances at Del like, are you gonna talk to, or is this all on me?
Was certainly an interesting invitation, but yes.
I apologize if it caused any conflict. I know that Lady Dracohorn has been traveling with you, but I did not wish to seek the ire of her father. My position is tenuous, and I would prefer not to be making enemies in the court at this time.
I believe it is wise. Lady Dracohorn can be lovely, but her position with her father does present some difficulties right now.
Let me, and he kind of turns and raises a hand. I believe I promised you tea. And a moment later, a maid emerges with a silver platter. There's some little cucumber sandwiches on the platter, along with a tea service. She serves all three of you tea and leaves the sandwiches behind before retreating.
My beloved cucumber sandwiches.
It is a lavender moonberry tea.
Oh, that's fancy as heck.
Uh-huh.
So it's hot leaf and berry water. Got it.
Yep, correct. Hot leaf and berry water.
That's literally all any tea is.
My point.
It's still tasty.
He does take a sip himself before setting the saucer down and saying, I understand that you were hired to look into matters regarding my house's current status. Surely you have questions. I'd be happy to answer them.
Indeed. The Lord Mayor did ask if perhaps we could lend some insight that would help resolve this.
Of course, it's only reasonable.
I think, at least on my part, the first thing I would ask is to hear your side of the story.
Straightforward. I appreciate that. Before Belnar died, I would never have thought to seek this position. I was not an ambitious man, as it were, and I was content to advise and guide him. It was 2 days after his death that my brother came to me. He had heard, that there might be a document left behind by Belnar. In the archives, a will. None of us thought to look for one because we thought that it was obvious what his intentions were. But when I encouraged Elbert to look into the matter, he spoke to the archivists, and they produced the unexpected. I don't know why this was Belnar's wish, but I will do what he has asked of me, and truthfully, in the months since, I have had much time to think on it. And I believe that it is in the house's best interests. I have an heir. My son has an heir. I have a spare, in addition to my son. Eskril is a good kid, but he's too young. He's not ready.
And you feel his unreadiness is so great that you could not compensate for it in a stewardship role?
Had Belnar not left a will, that's what I would have recommended, although Eskril is old enough that could have been seen as insulting. Nevertheless, I've had a seat on the council for nearly a decade. I would have provided what guidance I can.
Can I get an insight check?
Absolutely.
Sweet. I'm in
Forgive me, but
Fig's pocket?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
forgive me, but you say that you had no inkling to challenge or consider anything other than your cousin? Is it a cousin? Sorry.
Which one?
Um,
Well, I mean, yes, technically they're all cousins. So, yeah.
The one who's
Eskril?
was expected. Yeah,
Eskril is his cousin.
was a cousin.
Technically,
Okay.
it's his second cousin once removed, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, you say that you were just expecting your cousin to take over before your brother brought this will to your attention. Why?
His uncle, my cousin, still. And, oh, you mean before my brother brought the will to my attention? Yes,
Yes.
I had, although, if I'm very honest, I hadn't expected Belnar to die.
I understand this, but had there been no will, what would have been your course of action?
Tanis, he seems forthright and a little tired. My course of action would have been the same. I would have been on the council. I would have advised him to the best of my ability. I would have
You
prayed.
would have challenged him for the
No.
leadership of the
I mean the
house?
same as it were before.
So
I would never have made this challenge without the will.
Would you oblige us and tell us about the kind of man your brother is?
My brother. Bit hot-headed. Bit eager. But loyal.
We have reason to believe that the will left at the archives was a forgery.
He leans back. I see.
We have advanced the matter to the headquarters of the archives in Suzale, but the scribe there and one of my own party mates, who is a war wizard and a former scribe, believe it's only a matter of formality.
I worried that would be the case when the will was presented to me. I had it inspected by the archivist.
It, as I am given to understand, was a very good forgery, and it
which
took...
archivist?
Gwynaira.
My understanding is that the one who is currently there is not the one who has been there recently.
Gwynaira's been there about 6 months. Longer than Belnar's death, but Apparently
That-
less
that
time
is-
than this was...
That is the name of the woman that we talked
Yes.
to, right?
Yes.
But she wasn't the one that did the verification.
No, but
she
did-
is the one who he just said he spoke to about the verification.
But we know she didn't.
No.
She-
You know that she wasn't there when the document
When it
was
was
registered, when it was filed.
Okay. Gotcha. I
Right.
misunderstood.
So Fig being like, yes, it took 3 very experienced scribes to notice the discrepancy. It was not a poor forgery, but unfortunately fairly clearly a forgery.
Is it
Which leads me
possible they're
to-
mistaken?
They did not seem like it was possible that they're mistaken, but they did send it to Suzail for further analysis, just in case.
I believe that one person might be mistaken. 2 could be confused, but 3 is a fairly solid lead.
Which leads me to the question, why would there be a forgery, and why would your brother know of it?
It's a question for my brother, but I don't know.
Can you think of anyone in particular who might benefit from your house being in such disarray?
There are no rival weaponsmiths in the city, so none of that. Perhaps someone wishing to move a new industry into Arabelle?
Surely you would have heard murmurings of such things ahead of
I
now.
would think so as well, which is why I'm not stating that with confidence. No, I can think of no one who would directly benefit from our house being in unrest.
Is your brother in the house today?
Albert, no. No, he went for a ride. Clear his head after yesterday's scuffle. Took my son with him. I've encouraged them not to engage in such wanton violence in the streets. We're better than that.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, at least. Seems no party was happy with such a scuffle. My next question, I suppose, is should word come back from Suzail confirming the forgery is such a forgery it is, will you be willing to concede to your cousin?
That is a difficult question to ask. 2 months in.
Of course, unfortunately, sometimes the difficult questions need asked anyways.
I'll certainly give it consideration, but I don't believe I can give you an answer to that question at this time.
Fig just kind of nods and then continues with, if it serves you to know this while you are making your decision, it seems your cousin much valued your advice and oversight and would be happy to take you back on the council.
Pretty words, but are they true? And is it truly what's best for the house? He would need to find a wife.
Oh, he's already beginning that venture.
Good.
He's awfully young. I feel that
He's not as
finding a
young as
wife
you
is-
might think.
it is still well within his ability to
Indeed.
sire an heir. It is not as if he is advanced in age and might disappear tomorrow.
Nor was
Perhaps-
Belnar so advanced in age that he couldn't produce an heir, yet he didn't. The problem is not with Eskril alone. The problem is with the entire branch.
So I ask you this. What would happen to the family should he become certified as the head of house and then pass away without an heir?
It would pass then to Corlidor, his brother. A 16-year-old boy.
Who could also be led by the council or
How many
a
years?
stewardship?
How many years must House Bela be without strong leadership?
Could you not go with your cousin to see the Lord Mayor and establish a more sensible succession in the case that he should produce his own heirs?
Why would he? Why would he name me as his successor and not his brother?
Because you are older and more experienced, and his brother is a child almost?
From my point of view, Eskril is also still mostly a child.
Was he not a child that was being groomed for the position, however?
He was. And I am certain that in another decade or two he would have been an excellent Lord of House Bela.
You seem to believe that a significant amount of experience is necessary to be the head of a house. A house is primarily a business, is it not?
It is, yes. Especially
And
ours.
a business simply needs to know how it runs. This is information that can be taught in a few months.
Months? No.
Absolutely.
Months do not build a network of allies, compatriots. No.
You think that all of your allies and such are attached to one person in your house? That seems unwise.
No, I do not. But I think that many are. And I think that each individual in this house strengthens it with their allies. And I think that Eskril has few, and that I have many.
Was I correct in understanding that you meant to imply that your chief concern is with the health and prosperity of the house itself?
The longevity of the house itself. Not just for my generation, but for Eskril and Helmer's generation. For their children and their children's children.
And surely pooling your resources and stopping this conflict as soon as possible would be a wanted solution?
Indeed. Many times have I reached out to Eskril offering to sit over a table and discuss this, like men.
Can I get another insight check?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
didn't Eskel tell us that he wasn't doing that?
Absolutely.
I'm so glad Val is there.
Yeah, that's why he's there.
Oh my god.
Fig's gonna roll one too, but
I would absolutely like aid.
Yeah, go ahead.
I assume that oh my god was a good one, so I
Yeah.
won't
No.
do anything to change it.
Val, yeah,
By the
you're,
way,
you're
Tammarast-
hiding your rolls, Val.
Yeah.
Oh.
he's like, it's only because they're shit.
Yeah. It was a 5 the first time, a 4 the second.
Oh, poor Foul.
Fal and, well, okay, actually, let's start.
Wait,
At
can I before you tell anybody, can Can I give my inspiration to Tanis?
Sure.
All right, go for it.
Thanks.
Let's
Let's hope
go.
it works.
You can do it. You can do it, Sal. I believe in you.
All right, 2 16s. He seems a bit... I think the word would be calculating, but not like, evil mustache-wringing villain calculating. More like you've given him information he did not have. And he's still trying to figure out what that information really means. So he seems like he is not willing to move on his stance right now because he is not ready to make a decision about what new information, how this new information will impact him. Fig, he seems straightforward.
Val just squirm a little bit in the pocket.
Fig looks thoughtful and looks to Del for a moment. And then she will come around to Koyadar seems to think that Baelor was murdered.
By a ghost is what I heard he was spouting, which is nonsense.
It may not be as much nonsense as you think. Del here and some of my other parties encountered a ghost in the very tavern we've been staying at.
He raises an eyebrow as he looks at you. Truly.
It was rather loud and broke a window.
Which is
Though
not to say necessarily that a ghost did kill him, only that it's not quite as spurious a claim as it might seem.
the more important, interesting issue is that it did not seem to be there by chance. There was grave ash on a
Grave
second-story
ash.
windowsill.
I'm unfamiliar. Is that something frequenting graves?
That is something frequently used when summoning or controlling the undead.
Ah. So you believe there's a necromancer?
Perhaps a necromancer, perhaps a necromancer that is hired to further someone's goals.
I see.
Mercenaries are not exactly thrilled with times of peace, we've learned recently.
And given the forged document and my sudden claim to a position that I did not previously have any hope of, that would make me a suspect.
That would make the circumstances suspect. You yourself, we have no reason to believe are directly involved.
My brother, then.
I think it is fair to
Seems
say
more.
that we have no inclination to point fingers directly at the moment.
Awfully convenient that he's out of town, though.
Isn't it? And I would very much like to read his overall demeanor and reaction to this information.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make an insight check. Oh,
Yes.
very good roll. Guarded would be the best word. But who wouldn't be when you're very
Right.
subtly laying down accusations like that, and he's very obviously picking them up. You do not sense any deception, only that he is being very careful in what he says.
Which, he's a noble, of course he is.
Maybe we're back on the wrong horse, guys. Escrow, secret mastermind?
Okay, if he's a secret mastermind, I think that actually puts a point in his column for running a family.
Let's note that you've rolled insight 5 times here, and you never rolled it against Escrow. Just gonna.
We did not, because we're
We did
already biased.
I thought about that.
Do you have any reason to believe that your brother would be so determined on this matter as to kill his kin over it?
I know my brother would kill his kin over it.
Fig's eyebrows just go like straight up into her hair.
As I understand,
rather-
you were there when a fight broke out on the streets. He was quite willing to kill Corlydor.
He was absolutely aggressive, yes.
Hot-headed and foolish. That's why he is not in the city, because I will not brook another fight. Not like that.
Do you have reasons to believe either Escrow or Corridor would do the same?
Corlydor could not hurt a fly. That boy... No. As for Escrow, I don't know. I would never have thought so, but I also would never have thought Escrow would fight so hard against, well, a will that until this very moment I believed was true. So, he's showing more backbone than I expected, and thus I cannot say what he would or would not do.
Do you have an idea of when your brother and son might return from their ride?
They did take enough supplies with them to camp the night, but they don't usually like to. Usually it's only a precaution, so my guess would be they'll be back this evening.
Out of curiosity, do you know where the original of the will was kept?
You mean after we retrieved it from the archive?
That.
I have it here.
Would you mind if we looked at it?
Conveniently, you didn't bring any of the people that can identify the...
Look, they pointed to the little wiggle. She can see if that one wiggle is there.
You know what? You're right. I'm underestimating Fig. I'm sorry.
She can't analyze the whole thing, but if that one wiggle is there, that's a pretty good clue. If it's not, she's going to be like, Corthyndahast needs to come and look at this. Because that means there's another layer of deception here.
I will allow you to look under one condition.
My lord.
And he looks to you, Delryar, and says, I must ask that the spellcaster remain at least 5 feet away.
Now there's the Cormyr anti-spellcaster.
I mean, no
Are you aware
offense,
that
Lord Tammarast.
my spellcasting ability is fairly specific?
I am aware only that you have the gift and that I do not know the specifics of what that means. And I mean no offense, but given you have raised accusations, I must look to protect my family's interests, and that means I cannot allow you physical access to the document.
That is fair enough. And I am certainly not begrudging you. I am simply saying that I would have no abilities that could change or affect it. Well,
I appreciate
it
knowing
is a
that.
physical piece of paper.
Short of
I have
spilling
some
your
of it.
coffee on it, but let's not do that.
But
One moment.
I will stay.
I will go and retrieve it. And he stands and heads out of the room.
What's Skirble doing? I don't know. So you can just say you don't know yet.
You don't know unless you're looking through his eyes.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not close enough. Although I suppose, how big is the apartment? No, we went off and did other stuff.
You went off to do other stuff.
Corthyndahast probably would have sidled up against the wall of the apartments while Veronica is just dragging him away, talking about quill pens.
He leaves the room for a moment. If you guys want to talk while he's gone, you're welcome to.
Yeah, talk to your pet rat. That won't be suspicious.
I mean, she will reach into her pocket and pet him on the head a little. Unless he tries to bite her, which would be mean.
I am sure the
We'll push the
grown
fingers
man
away.
in the shape of a rat will absolutely appreciate being patted on the head like a...
Some people have to pay good money for that.
I know, man. I was like, why wouldn't he? It sounds amazing.
I mean, she's not trying to, crush him. She's just trying to, reassure him.
Okay, you just went to a completely different form of needing to pay for something.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
A few minutes later, Jocelyn returns carrying what looks like a large folio. And he moves over to to a desk over by the bookshelves, sets the folio down and opens it, flips through a few pages, and then motions to the will.
Fig will come over with her hands behind her back so it doesn't look like she's trying to get her sticky cucumber fingers all over it.
He watches Del primarily while you are looking at it. Do you want to make... So, you're not trained in anything that would be appropriate for this, right?
So, no. But when they were looking, they pointed
Yeah.
at
No,
one
I know.
pen
You're going to get it. You have advantage for that, but you have disadvantage for not being trained, which means I need a straight intelligence roll.
Oh, boy.
Come on, Fig, you can do it.
Yay, Fig was smart today!
Smart.
An 18 is a fantastic roll.
Nice.
You do see...
I hate the way that you said that.
You do see that same little hesitant squiggle in the signature.
So, without touching the will, she points to the squiggle and says, "You see here?
He turns and looks.
We were told by the scribes this represented hesitation. A thing that someone who had signed their name thousands of times wouldn't have. Somebody trying to copy the signature."
He arches a brow, studies it a moment. Is that what you believe you are basing forgery on? Hesitance
That
in a
is
signature.
What the experienced scribes, including the Royal Archivist, who has no reason to be biased in this matter.
May I?
She, looks at him like she doesn't know what he's asking.
He reaches down towards the will, flips it over, shows the next sheet. Do you see it here?
What is the next sheet, and do I see it there?
It is a letter written from Belnar to Jocelyn. It's just detailing something about a shipment of weaponry. There's nothing in it that's particularly noteworthy, but it does have his signature.
Does it have a squiggle?
Make another intelligence check.
I love that convincing him is reliant on your intelligence.
Come on, Phil. You can do it. You can do it.
It does not have the squiggle this time.
No, my lord, it's not there.
Nor would I expect it to be. He was confident about this document. He knew what he was doing. He was sending me a letter. He flips to the next page.
It's your wording of it that he's questioning.
How about here?
She'll look again.
So this one is a document that was written, specifically, it was written to another nobleman in another house about trying to come to an agreement regarding a problem where some cattle were killed unexpectedly, and he's settling a debt. You do notice the squiggle on this one.
So Fig says, and yet here it is. I think all parties involved would be best served if you would allow Corthyndahast, our war wizard, I know he's a spellcaster, but he's also a trained scribe, to look and see if there's any consistency in this squiggle.
But what it's worth, I was in the room when he wrote this one, advising him. I watched him sign it. He had a tendency to hesitate when writing something he wasn't entirely confident in.
That is valuable information.
Indeed. And he closes closes the whole folio up very carefully and says, if your war wizard needs to see these other documents, demonstrated proof of this squiggle being something he did when he was concerned, I will be glad to show it to him.
I shall have him send along a message to arrange a meeting that would be convenient for you both.
Excellent.
And then Fig looks to Del like she doesn't know if he wants to say something, like...
Del.
I'm thinking at the moment.
I know you are, and I also know what Del has been thinking this whole time, kind of, sort of. I would like an investigation check from you, please.
It's in your head. Thinking your things.
Yeah, that I'll burn my inspiration for.
Good use. Something about this isn't quite right, but you can't quite figure out what. Something's twigging.
Yeah, no shit. Why do you think I'm over?
I'm confirming for you as your dungeon master that something about this ain't right.
That.
But you don't know what because you rolled a 15.
I appreciate that. I'm telling you, the player is in the same exact position.
Yeah.
On the other side of town, Corthyn's just getting this weird itch in the quill shop, and
no,
spends
he's
his
not.
Inspiration. Aw.
Too late. You can't roll it after I already, or you can't use it after I already declared.
Talking.
So Fig will look to Lord Bela and say, I want to make note that I am also desperately trying not to be offensive, my lord, but is there a place we could keep your folio secure until Corthyn can come by so that there can be no tampering with any of the papers?
That does seem kind of insulting, though.
I will offer you an alternative. And I will take that in the goodwill it was intended, rather than in the way it sounded. But as an alternative, I will agree to submit to whatever spells he wishes to use to discern the truth of my words.
Oh, man. I don't got any of those.
Fig nods, because she doesn't know he doesn't got any of those. So it
actually, I do have one of those.
Amicable to her.
He said the words, we're going to take him up on it.
Well, for what is it worth, we simply want to make sure that the truth is found.
I
Our
understand.
questions are not meant to be pointed or stung.
No offense is taken.
My dear knight here is earnest and not always
I am
the
unfortunately
best at
a
phrasing
knight
things.
first and a noble second.
As I said, no offense is taken, and this house war
No.
demeans all of us.
I
Not
simply
just
want
House
to-
Bela, but all of Cormyr.
And I am glad to hear it. I simply wanted to make sure that, noble to noble, you are reassured that any particular wording or such is simply a
Don't worry.
exuberant inexperience, perhaps.
Don't worry. As I said, I am taking what you have said in the light in which it was intended, and not how it sounded.
That
Believe
being
me,
said,
I do understand.
that being said, I am very interested in the second part of your invitation, saying that we have
Of
an
course you
interest
are.
in common.
A moment. Let me replace these documents where they belong, so that even I will not tamper with them unexpectedly. And then I'll be glad to show you what I have.
Unexpectedly.
And he turns and heads back out, leaving you guys a few moments to talk amongst yourself if you'd like.
Jake just takes like a really deep breath in and lets it out slowly.
Dell is going to reach over and kind of squeeze her forearm as like a reassuring gesture.
Oh, thanks, Dell. She smiles at him. Then she leans in really close to Dell and whispers, "Are you thinking something's hinky?"
There is something not adequate, but I do not believe our Lord here is privy to it.
It just kind of nods. Maybe pets Fal's head again. She says she's offering him comfort. She's clearly, like, trying to reassure herself.
He emerges a few moments later with empty hands. Now then, I am given to understand you've made a special study of dragons.
A few years now, yes.
And he moves to his bookshelf and starts thumbing through. I read through this a few years ago. Honestly, it's a bit beyond me, but I thought you might like to have it. He pulls a book out of the shelves and turns and offers to you.
Dell will take it, and as he does, just making polite chit-chat. For a country that is so embroiled with dragons, you'd be surprised how difficult it is to find good information about them.
I'm not promising this is good information, but it is interesting, nonetheless. And as you look down, it is called Serpents of Legend, Myths Across Cultures.
Yummy. And did he hand it over with
He
a
offered it
particular
to you
page
fully.
open?
No, he offered you the whole book.
Okay. I don't believe I've come across this particular one.
Fig in the background,
Is there-
looking mildly surprised there's a dragon book that he hasn't read yet.
Is there a particular passage, or is it just general interest in dragons that you have?
I find them interesting creatures. Something so powerful, so capable, and yet bested by men such as we. Small, weak
Very rarely
creatures.
bested by one.
It's just fascinating, the difference between them and us.
They absolutely interact with the world in a different way than we do.
So I've come to believe. If I'm honest, though, I hope I never meet one.
Clearly, our
that's a
interests in them
DM hint.
are...
They're all dragons in disguise.
Well, if you do meet one, try not to let it be of the black variety. They smell.
Of the swamp, I presume.
Yes, we had an unfortunate interaction.
With a dragon, truly. You've met one.
Oh, yes.
Delryar blasted his entire horn off.
Oh,
Was not
Impressive.
necessarily my most intelligent way of interacting with it, but
It had eaten
it
one
felt
of our
right at the
horses.
time.
and yet you did it. I won't say I'm surprised. I've heard good things about both of you and your companions. But I will say I'm impressed.
I can tell you've been close to Valkyria Chronicles again.
I'm impressed, but not surprised.
Yes, that's that. Yep. Truth be told, I don't think we would have fought him at all if we could have gotten away with it, but he made rather a point of it.
Ah, I hear they do that. Well,
Territorial at best.
I do appreciate you coming and speaking with me. I hope my tea was to your liking, but
I actually have one more
of course.
question.
What is it?
Where did you get that tea? It was amazing.
Ah,
For the record, Dell's face absolutely gave away a so close. And then she asked that question and went, oh, okay, we're good.
It was such a perfect.
I will
Oh, man.
have a letter sent to you at your inn
Oh, thank you.
with the
I-
name of the rest, the shop. I'm afraid I don't do the shopping myself. That would be my maid.
Well-
But I will make sure it is sent to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
I will make sure that once I've studied this, I will get it returned to you.
No, you won't. Keep it for yourself or pass it on to the next. I believe in knowledge shared. Like I said, it's beyond me. I didn't understand it, but maybe you or someone you care for will find something interesting in it.
Well, he can't be the bad guy.
For now, I have
Oh,
to
yeah,
check
bad
out.
guys never give the good guys something to distract them.
Yeah, that's never happened.
I think at this
Wait,
point,
did
our
it-
next point
Didn't
moving
Vane
forward.
give you a book too?
Fig has a cookbook that she bought at the
Uh,
bookstore.
No, they're talking about the books that Del got
Fake
from Vane.
news.
Oh,
Anyways,
Oh.
what did you say, Fig?
I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was to the point of, I think we are satisfied until the meeting with Corthyndahast.
Then thank you both for your time, and allow me to show you out. And he
Do
will
whatever honorific bow curtsy is appropriate, and then
walk you both to the door and show you out, and thank you once again, and see you on your way.
as
Fig.
soon as we're alone, Fig turns to
Fig,
Del with
what's
big
your passive
eyes.
perception?
Yes? 10.
Oh,
Sorry, I was absolutely hearing 2 coming out of your mouth. at
No,
first.
1-0.
Okay. Okay, cool.
She will also take Foul out of her pocket when they're in a place that is okay for him to shift into his human self. Well, half-elf self. Because she assumes he doesn't want to just ride in her pocket all day.
He was
Yeah, he'll
probably
shift
asleep
back.
at that point.
Did I do
Sorry.
okay? What are you apologizing for?
Wasn't much help back there.
I
And
think
seem
you
to
were
be
of
fairly forthright.
great help, though. I felt better just knowing you were with us. Yes, I think this does complicate things, and would very much like to talk to the others.
You feel something land on your shoulder, Corthin.
All right. Back already.
He shakes himself out and appears.
What form is he in?
Raven.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, but knowing him, I wouldn't put it past him to change into something else before appearing. How did it go?
Delicious cookies.
The conversation.
Oh, it went fine.
Do you think he was lying in anything he told them?
I think he lies about every word he says, or none. He has a lot of books.
Oh, any useful ones?
Oh, many useful ones.
Wonderful. What else did you get up with?
Oh, I saw where he's keeping the documents.
Good to know.
They're in a vault in his bedroom.
Anything else in the vault?
Gems, maybe a sword. It was hard to see. He was very quick.
I'm surprised you didn't try to take a gem.
Who says I didn't?
He was quick, but you could be quicker. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying you don't know.
Wonderful.
It is, isn't it?
I'll have to get news from the conversation from my other companions then, I suppose.
Oh, yes, I'm sure they'll have something interesting to say. He did try to buy off Del, and possibly also Figwyn.
Figwyn, completely ignorant to having been attempted to be bought.
Their opinions may be suspect.
Oh, completely compromised. Useless. Worthless, really.
I love that he's trying to put this wedge there.
I did remind you of his alignment.
Fig's gonna punt him into the river. Like, being a very forthright person, she has hid zero of her animosity to this thing.
I assume eventually you guys meet back up. Did you want to buy a lovely feather pen?
Yeah.
They
Veronica.
They cost a silver piece here in town, but they are very lovely.
Yeah, I want like an especially nice one.
Yeah, so you find one that's it's almost like an ostrich feather, but it's not like insanely long like an ostrich feather. But it has that like very colorful shift in hues that ostrich feathers have.
Are you thinking about peacocks?
Yeah, I meant peacock, not ostrich.
Oh man, what a crazy world this would be if ostriches were just like super
rainbow.
Colorful.
Yeah, no. So anyway, super colorful feather, but like shorter, like more like something you could actually wield. And then it's got the nib isn't just carved into the feather itself, but it's actually a silver nib that's been affixed to the end of the feather. And it's got a little well in it for holding ink. You can use a little like plunger that sucks the ink up into it properly and holds it there.
A right proper fountain.
A right proper fountain pen.
How much is this feather?
It's a silver piece.
Oh, that fancy
Yeah.
is just silver piece?
So a normal feather pen is 1 copper. So
Oh,
this is 10 times more expensive than the usual pen.
But let
Can
me
I
tell
get it?
you,
Can I
having
get a
just
gift wrap?
received a lovely, expensive fountain pen, they're worth it.
Okay. Can I get it gift wrapped?
Sure. That'll cost you a copper thumb.
Okay. So 1 silver, 1 copper.
Yep. Silver
Can I add
falcon and a
message
copper
to
thumb.
it?
Yeah, that's free. That'll go with for free.
Okay, cool. The message will be apologies for calling you a librarian.
Oh,
Nice.
And then she will hand it to Corthynd and say, hey, when you meet up with, I can't pronounce her name, the lady from the book place?
Cormyr.
Gwenira, yes. Could you give this to her?
I suppose I could.
It's just an apology. And then I do have one request when you meet up with her.
All right.
Could you ask her about Fal's elven gods and see if she has any information about that? Because obviously Torm is not his vibe. And
You mean
just
like
wondering.
a book with information?
Yeah, or just any information that she might have on those that
'Cause
would
I
help us.
know of the elven gods.
Book on elven gods.
I'm just more thinking like Fal.
Jocelyn has a book on elven gods.
Really?
Oh yes, he has 3 actually.
Okay, well maybe when you meet with Jocelyn, then. Either way.
Do you have
You
any
don't know
books
that he's
on
going to have a meeting with
Velshire?
Jocelyn yet.
Okay. But oh, you're right. I don't.
You don't know that
Okay.
yet.
Does he have any books on Velsharoon?
No.
veil mushrooms? What?
Velsharoon,
God
the
of
god of
necromancy.
that has been mentioned already as being Jocelyn's god.
No, he had nothing of that sort.
Not even in the safe?
No, the safe had a holy symbol of the god of royalty and nobles.
Ugh.
Expected.
Well, also. Ugh.
Interesting. It was Eskrol that told us about the Velsharoon thing, right?
It was Eskrol that told you about the
Fuck.
Velsharoon thing.
This is looking more and more that we fucked up.
We haven't fucked up yet. We haven't made any kind of declarations.
We didn't
mean-
insight check a scroll at all, though.
Right, but we didn't
Yeah,
make him
we
any
d-
promises either.
I
Other than
know.
that we
it's
were
just-
going to talk to Jocelyn.
man.
All right, we're just investigating. Good scientists change their mind in the face of new data.
Lauren makes me feel better about it.
I'm real good at trying to justify things to myself.
Okay. So you're okay with giving it to the Gwyneth, whatever her name is?
Her name is Gwenira.
Gwenira. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Too many letters in their name.
And if Fel was... Ooh, got something out stuck in my throat. If Fel was interested in the elven gods, I know about most of the Seldarine. There's 26 of them, or
I know
29,
all of them
depending on the day, I suppose.
personally.
But he was looking for one particular, like he's been looking for someone, and obviously Torm
Right.
is not the right call. Timora, I've already talked
No,
to
yeah,
him
I
about.
don't know why anyone would be interested in Torm.
And
Yes,
then,
Tom is
right?
an evil god. Terrible, terrible god.
Bad energy for sure. So
Kaelen would like
I just-
Torm.
Fig could have easily been a Tormite.
I think Kaelen would like Torm.
Nah.
I think...
Nah.
I don't know if he would.
Kaelen, would you like Torm?
Maybe.
Is there a god of drunkards?
Yes!
Oh, I would like that one.
What's that one called?
Charesse.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
fair.
heard of that one.
Is there a temple of that? I'm sure that's a fun place to go.
Charesse does not
Oh,
have
yeah,
temples.
it really is.
She has orgies.
She has brothels.
She has many shrines, though.
Do you know where the closest one is, Skirble?
Yes, shall I show you?
Is it going to show me like magically, or are you just
No, I can guide you there.
at some
All
point?
right.
Yes.
This evening could be perfect.
As long as
Does
your
Kaelen
master
already have a
will.
god?
Kind of, yeah, he does.
Well, anyway, he's been looking for this, and I figured maybe we could give him some information. And I figured the archivist, words are not my thing.
No, nobody will
I
say
hadn't
that.
noticed.
Don't laugh. You laugh and then I laugh and then you laugh and then I laugh and it's just a laugh. Anyway, so I figured maybe we could help him because he's been looking and I don't know, he's been kind of down. I don't want him to feel down. And maybe there's a temple here for one of them or close. Specifically, like an elven god. And
That seems an unlikely thing to find in Cormyr.
I don't know that. Veronica doesn't know that. Maybe
Surely
there's one
Veronica
that's
would
close.
know that Cormyr's a little weird about elves in general, right?
Sure, but like I don't know if there's not or is an elven temple maybe around or shrine or I don't know. Something like that. I'm just trying to get my friend some information that he was been looking for. So and I figured the archivist might have that. And if nothing else, it sounds like Jocelyn's library might have something. But how do we get in there?
About now, Del and Fig, you rejoin them.
Anyway, I didn't hear from Corthynd. Will you give her the quill as an apology?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
So Fig comes back to the group and says, in a quiet voice, "We may have hit some complications.
Oh?
Well, as according to Jocelyn, that little hesitance wiggle is an artifact of Balar being nervous, which he saw in person.
That's convenient.
It wasn't just the wiggle, though.
Well, that's all I could remember. So, he has agreed that should you send him a message arranging a mutually convenient time, he will meet with you, Corthynd, and allow you to do whatever magics you feel necessary to make sure that both he and the paper are telling the truth. I can go with you. I know how to cast Zone of Truth.
What?
That seems
Useful. I wonder how far he's willing to back up his word, though. He said any magics that I would cast to determine his truth.
Actually,
I
he
looked-
said any magics you would deem necessary.
Oh, that's even better.
How do you...
I mean, caw.
Caw.
And Corthynd, you were worried about missing something then?
I just thought it'd be good to hear and have backup.
Without saying anything to the rest of us.
I agree with Corthynd.
Wasn't a
Big-
problem, was it?
just gives Skirble a helpless stink eye, and then turns, like, deliberately makes a show of turning back to Corthynd, like she's not even talking to Skirble. He seemed, at least by my estimation, guarded but honest.
So he may not be involved with the forgery, which we do know is a forgery because we had it from Belnar himself. That he
Yes, but
had
I couldn't
no
say that.
knowledge of any reason. Of course. But it lends credence to the fact that the signature was forged. And if I am mistaken, it could be a valid signature, but the rest of the paper being the unvalid part.
Well, on
It is
top
also
of that,
possible that the document that was being copied for the signature had that hesitation, and thus it translated over.
That's true.
in any case, he did say that until the will was discovered, he had no intention of challenging Escrow, and that his brother was the one pushing this, and also that his brother is very hot-headed and impetuous and would absolutely kill to secure the family's future, and that he's gone out with Jocelyn's son, and they're not expected till this evening at the earliest.
Interesting.
It wasn't. Was it Jocelyn's son, or was it actually like Albert's son, Andal?
I'm
I
pretty
think it
sure he
was the
said
brother and
the brother and the brother's nephew, who is Jocelyn's son, because Jocelyn said my son.
Okay. All right.
They're correct.
Oh, I see.
It's Helmer and Albert.
Okay, cool.
And he seems...
but
He seemed unwilling to commit to any change in plans at the current, which I think is reasonable,
Makes sense.
considering.
I believe
It benefits him greatly to remain where he is.
not only does it benefit him, I believe that it is a prudent course of action to get all the information before making a decision.
It stands to be noted, he did also bring up the matter of inheritance and that Escrow does not have an heir, and that he's concerned about the security of his family's future.
I'm sure that that has been a point of conversation in the household many times in the past months.
Oh, speaking of, he said to us that he had reached out to Escrow several times trying to mitigate this, but I seem to recall Escrow saying something very different.
I do recall that, yes. Interesting. One or the other of them is lying.
I believe that Escrow said that he reached out and heard nothing back.
Do you think there's a chance that their messages are being intercepted?
Skirble,
That's an interesting question.
you were present in both of these conversations.
Yes.
Were either men lying specifically in regards to having reached out to the other person?
It's possible.
If it's beyond your ability to know that, you could just say so. I understand if you have
It's
your
not
limitations.
beyond my ability to know anything. I know everything.
All right, what's the best kind of muffin to make in a jiffy when you have a social coming up in 3 hours?
Blueberry.
Corthyndahast was on this whole thing of tricking Skirble, and Fig's just like, let's talk muffins.
She was challenging his bullshit.
This was Figwyn's attempt at also tricking him.
Yeah, this was her trying to ask a gotcha question.
Yeah, but he got it right.
In your expert opinion, then, were either of them lying to us or disbelieving of their words?
I don't think either of them lied. About that.
What did they lie about?
Oh, many things, especially to themselves.
In their conversations with us.
More specifically, to us.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Because if you don't
We're
produce
waiting
an
for your
answer, I'm going to turn you into crow noodle soup.
I don't think you would do that. You're too nice.
Fig narrows her eyes.
I
And
would.
what do you think the rest of us might do?
The rest of
buy you an
you?
ale if you told me what I want to know.
Oh, well, now I'm interested. But I don't have your answer. I wasn't paying close attention. You didn't tell me to.
It
Fig,
wouldn't matter.
looking
what
very
Squirrel
prim
says.
now,
Anyway,
says to Corthynd, yet again he proves himself inferior in every way.
we need to talk to the brother.
Yes, the brother
How
that
did
went
he know? Sorry. go ahead.
conveniently out on a camping horseback trip and isn't here, so we couldn't talk to him.
Figwyn
Well, let's find him.
or Corthynd, could either of you get the gate guards to inform us when the brother and such return?
We could at least ask.
You would have greater pull with the city guard than the rest of us.
I guess.
Were you thinking you would send the rat bird?
Ooh, yes, I can go and speak with the guard.
No, they would.
Is it a guard in this city, or is it just dragons? It's probably just dragons. Ugh, despicable army.
So we're gonna go. We're
I'm
gonna
going
wait
make him
to
into
see.
soup broth.
Wait to see if the younger brother comes back and question him. Sounds like.
Well, I think at this point, Corthynd needs to arrange a meeting with Jocelyn, and maybe it would behoove him to ask to make sure the brother's there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I did find out. Well, Skirble found out that there's no documents to Velsharoon among Jocelyn's belongings.
If Skirble is telling the truth.
Why would I lie about that?
Why would you
Skirble's
lie
very
about anything?
trustworthy.
Why
How
would I
thorough
lie about
was
anything?
he able to search and still maintain a watchful eye on our discussion?
I was
He's
not
apparently-
watching your discussion. That's not why I was there.
There's apparently a amulet to Seamorph in amongst his things,
Disgusting name. Seamorph.
which does
Ugh.
seem like an appropriate guard for a noble of his stature.
I'm simply saying that the chances of worship to lesser, less tasteful deities by a noble specifically is not something that would be left lying around.
And
What's
even
wrong
in
with
the
worshipping a
case-
god of magic?
But in any case,
There's a very
even,
specific type of magic.
Not
when
even the
there's
evil
nothing
type of
to
magic.
hide. I don't have any books about Shantae on my person. I don't think it's that strange.
It feels
I am
like
simply saying
an-
we have eliminated nothing.
Right. Yes, I agree with that.
I think that's what I was trying to say too. But it does put forward the idea that Escrow might have lied to us.
Veronica.
This just leaves
Go ahead.
us with more questions than we had before.
Unfortunately, that is approximately what I expected. It feels like there is a third party that we are not privy to just yet.
Delightful.
Unless it's the fire knives.
I imagine it's probably wherever the money for the fire knives is coming from.
I wonder if we might be able to some more information about the fire knives. Perhaps someone we could speak to. And Del is going to sort of have a hard time not looking at Fal while he says that.
We could always go to Westgate.
What's Westgate?
It's a city south of the Dragon Sea, so across the sea from Cormyr.
Whoa, that's a really long ways away. Feels
Actually,
like
you know what? Fal, your previous contacts with the Iron Throne, they are mercenaries. They would perhaps have had some level of communication with a group of assassins, if only to make sure not to step on each other's toes from time to time. Does that seem reasonable?
Would I have ever heard of them working with the fire knives?
Or the Gent or anyone.
The Zents are directly a
Yeah.
competing organization, so they would never have worked with the Zents, unless they both got hired by the same, but that would be big.
Weird.
That would be
That would be
big.
fucking hilarious for the people watching.
Yeah, and also massive, right? Like, that would be so expensive to get both the Iron Throne and the Gentarim on the same side. That's huge. As for the fire knives, you certainly know that the Iron Throne is willing to hire assassins. Whether they have directly hired the fire knives or not is not something you are personally privy to.
Well, it's not outside the scope of possibility for them to hire assassins, but I've never heard of the fire knives being part of anything.
Nothing specific to the fire knives, but it is possible.
Sure.
Well, then perhaps I will see if our lovely new leader of the local one out of Thunderstone has some ideas.
that's a good idea.
Have we talked to the Lord Mayor about our findings so far? I can't remember.
No.
Could. That's certainly
Want
one
to?
possibility.
I'm not sure we have anything to really tell them.
I mean, ripping
The
the
fire
band-aid
knife.
off that the documents are forged is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it may cause more problems, but
Yeah.
in the end, it sort of does what we need it to do, right?
I would think at the very least he would want to know that there are assassins in the city.
Del is going to excuse himself from the table for a moment. And
Where are we? Where are we, though?
Who
What
knows?
table are we?
actually, you know what? We never really established that.
Yeah,
I was
somewhere.
assuming we were at some sort of tavern table, but
I thought we
Either
were in
way.
a little like sitting room in or whatever.
I
Or
thought we were
that.
just walking around,
We're floating
telling our
above the
secrets to
city.
the air.
Anyway, go ahead.
Where do you guys want to go?
Anyways,
It's actually a good question. Where are you guys?
Maybe we just find a tavern after we buy the quill and wait for them, and they just show up.
I assumed we were at the inn in our rooms, because otherwise, how would we know where to find you?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
reasonable.
fair
A
enough.
valid point, actually.
Sure.
We'll say we're in the inn then.
Okay.
So Del is going to excuse himself and just kind of go out into the hallway, as it were. And he's going to use the sending stone.
Alrighty.
One moment, word count.
Veronica's
wordcounter.net.
peeking her head out of
I live there.
the room.
That site gets more of my business than almost any other website these days.
What time is it?
It's
approximately
mid-afternoon, like 4 o'clock.
Okay.
The number of times we use sending per day in Tanis's game is insane.
Oh yeah. It's almost as
because
much
you
as
guys
you
are, like-
teleport around the whole world.
Oh, not even close.
guys are
We use
high
at
level,
least
so-
3 spell slots per day per person on sending.
Yeah, we're level 20. We get to do the fun stuff.
I have the name in my notes here somewhere, but I can't find the page. The name of the person who we had take over for...
Yeah. I'm looking. Let's see if it's in my notes. I'm sure it is.
I did not use
All
the...
good.
Okay.
All good. I just gotta find
Describe
her.
her.
I jumped around
Scylla.
in my
Her name
little...
is Scylla.
S...
YLA.
So are we done here?
Veronica will let the group know that she wants to go to the courier real quick to send a letter.
I'll be at the Black Barrel.
I'll join you.
I'll meet you there.
Let's say wisdom check for Corthyndahast to make on whether this is a good idea or a bad idea.
What's the idea?
Okay, he thinks it might be a bad idea to give a recovering addict some of the dream mist to get him back on track. He keeps thinking about it. He's like, boy, Faust sure is in a bad mood. What can I do to help? Oh yeah, he likes that dream mist stuff.
Out of curiosity, and you don't have to answer me now, but while we're waiting for the sending, is Corthyndahast going to ask about the elven gods?
To Gwenira?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to wait and see, I guess.
Damn it!
I love, by the way, that we have 3 taverns on the map already.
we drink a lot.
Uh-huh.
I have
It's
my
our
message, by the way.
favorite pastime.
All right, go.
Good afternoon. If possible, can you see if Scylla has a Fire Knives contact we can speak to in Erebor? My thanks in advance, regardless.
Wait, this is a message to Scylla?
No. This is
'Cause
a
it's
message
sending
to my...
The person
Oh,
sleight of hand,
right. I forgot it's this.
Maybe girlfriend.
The other end of the stone is to, what's her
Lord
name?
Hunt Silver's assistant.
Yeah.
Right, she's the sleight of hand person.
Yeah.
She's my instructor. Yes.
I'm trying to remember her name. Isla.
In
Isla
any-
and Scylla. Jeez, so many Las. Yeah, so this is to Isla Stoneheart. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Look,
I have a contact back there that will not take days to get a message.
Can you post the message for me?
Hey, there's Scylla. Yeah.
Don't beep at me, UPS.
What?
Beep. I
His
said, don't
universal
beep it.
backup
What the fuck?
system. His battery to keep his computer on when the power goes out.
Power does not appear to be going out, but it sure do be beeping.
I heard it that time. Well, if you mysteriously disappear, we know that your UPS exploded.
Could be a switch. What are they called? Maybe it didn't lose power, but maybe it flipped the switch.
Could be
You
just
talking
power
breaker?
surge.
You mean, yeah,
Yeah.
breaker.
A breaker. That's what I mean. Words. They don't.
Them things that
They
go
mean
off when
things.
there's a dangerous power surge to protect your stuff from the power surge. That thing.
Yeah.
Thinking.
The reply comes fairly
words.
quickly. I dearly hope she doesn't. There shouldn't be fire knives in Erebel, but I'll speak to her for you and get back to you tomorrow.
Yeah, like they are highly illegal.
So's Dream Mist, and yet.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. I'm perfectly aware of what should be. Clearly, that's not the case, and we need information.
Yeah. Just this is the sort of thing like Corthin's totally okay with manipulating Dream Mist for his own needs, but if he finds a fire knife, he's going to kill it or arrest him.
Wait, how did we find out about the fire knives again? Was that escrow?
I think that was
That was Belnar, the guy killed by them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
questions
positively,
of the dead.
yeah, he positively identified his
As far
killer.
as I know, they can choose not to answer, but they can't lie, right?
They can lie.
They can lie.
Oh, cool.
So this is could be unreliable information, technically.
Yeah,
I
did any
was
of us
inciting.
insight check the dead man?
Nope.
Oh, damn it.
Look, I don't do well when insight checking live men. Why would I expect a dead man would be any better?
So, Fal,
I'm just-
you're heading to the nicest tavern you guys have known about so far.
Yeah. Just to clarify, is the Pissed Pig the one that I went to that one night?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. I was just curious.
Where you
Alright.
got kicked out because you're too fancy suddenly?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So not going there. Going to the Black Pearl.
Mhm.
Um.
Are you dressed well, or are you dressed in your robes? Just
I'm
curious.
dressed in the robe.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
foul.
course you are.
Oh no! Now you're going to get the other way.
Okay.
Oh,
Dark velvet
boy.
robes with a hood
Yeah.
and fine
with the
black leather
fur.
shoes.
Which are at least better than what you started this whole campaign in, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A bathrobe
know.
and Birkenstocks?
Pretty much.
Yep.
And Kaelin's with them too, right?
Yeah, I'm with them too.
Yep. So you two make your way in. I mean, it's a nice bar. Very dark
Yep.
atmosphere.
One of those ones. you
Lovely
have to
leather
pay
seats.
$15 for an appletini.
Yeah, oh yeah. We established that last time you guys were here.
Oh yeah, I brought up those same fucking appletinis, I'm sure.
Yes, you did. So you guys take
I'll-
a seat.
Well, I'll walk right to the bar. Just. I'm assuming there's someone behind there. And I'll just ask for the finest whiskey.
Ah, getting fancy tonight, huh?
Just trying to make sure they serve us.
Ugh. Fancy whiskey, he says, as he kind of looks you up and down. Sure then. We've still a bottle of the Duke's Delight if you'd like.
Sure.
Right then. And he reaches under the counter and pulls out a crystal decanter with gold lining on the glass.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Grabs out a black box lined in velvet and sets it on the counter next to the decanter. Opens it carefully and eyes you. You sure you can cover this?
Jesus.
Fine, how much?
It's 25 gold.
A
Sure.
shot?
Right then. And he reaches,
Bah.
grabs a pair of silver tongs, reaches into the black box and pulls out the clearest piece of ice you have ever seen, shaped like a softball, drops it into the decanter, closes the box and puts it back, gives the glass a bit of a swirl, and then reaches up behind him from the very top shelf. He pulls down a bottle that looks like the bottle itself, the glass, has gold flecks in it, and probably real gold flecks. And he tilts and he pours a full shot at least, maybe even a little generous of a shot, into the glass before sliding it your way.
I'll take a sip just to see how it is.
Oh my god, it is the most amazing whiskey you have ever tasted. It is well worth it. This is a 50-year of
What is it?
one of the finest whiskeys that they have ever made.
Peaty? Is it clear? Is it malty? Like,
It is very peaty and smoky. It is light.
Nice. Fowl will just look at Kaelen. This almost makes everything better. Another shot for my friend.
Oh, are you sure? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Can't pay for it.
raises an eyebrow. Right
If it's
then.
on you, okay.
Pulls out another crystal decanter with the golden rim. Gets
fucking
the black
everlasting
box back
ice or
out.
Whatever it is.
Pulls out another piece of the ice and puts it in there. Gives it a swirl and then tilts in another shot.
I take like quite a long time just kind of smelling it first because I'm a little nervous to even drink it.
Bet it has
But
a
I-
great bouquet, though.
I do take the sip, and cheers to Fowl.
And
that's
now,
good.
one bottle of your cheapest whiskey.
Of course. Of
Oh.
course. And he turns around and grabs a bottle, slams it down. That'll be another 25 gold. So just to be clear, that is 25 gold a shot for the 50 year.
Yep.
And 25 gold a bottle.
And 75.
I mean, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
If you know anything about whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's still funny to me that like Fowl is the richest person in the party, but he's the one not noble, not high position.
I mean, good for him treating himself.
Drugs are a good source of money,
Um,
apparently.
Yeah, I've seen Scarface.
Kaelen, it has hints of vanilla and caramel in that.
For fuck's sake, we don't have this magical bourbon in the house, and you're gonna tell
It's
me
a
we
little-
gotta go on break,
A little spicy,
and I can't have it.
extremely
rudest thing.
complex and oaky, velvety smooth.
Oh man.
I am very tempted
Making
to
us
go
all
get.
want to drink.
like-
I know. I have some downstairs.
I don't have whatever that is. We've got like Maker's
yeah.
Mark.
I'm so sorry.
He
There's
went to the
nothing wrong
most
with Makers.
expensive bar in town and ordered the top shelf whiskey. What do you think he's gonna get?
Utopias, apparently. It's Pappy Van Winkle.
It's like Johnny Walker 100.
No,
What? Yes. Johnny Walker.
no. Mine is at the Pappy Van Winkle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you are knowing at me about Pappy Van Winkle, you don't know anything
I am
about
saying that
whiskey.
he's not getting it for $25 a.
Oh, okay.
I am saying that if it was that rare and et cetera, the man probably still could not afford it.
So Kaelen and
This is older
Val
than a
are
Pappy.
drinking together.
Val will just carry the bottle to a booth. Sit down.
Pappy
Drink.
Van Winkle is $25 a shot.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the bottle for 25.
Oh, no.
No. I was talking
Okay.
about the top shelf because Pappy Van Winkle is
Okay.
really, really expensive whiskey.
Yeah.
No. The $25 bottle, or 25 gold piece bottle, is the cheap shit.
It's like Jim
Right.
Beam.
I would hope it'd be a little bit better than that, but yes.
Yeah, I did learn that Jim Beam does not come into my house anymore. Jack Daniels is fine. Jim Beam is nasty.
Yeah.
So, how are you feeling?
Seriously?
I mean, it hasn't been too long since your night, but just want to, check in.
And that's like 2 nights ago.
It was
No, it was last night.
Or
last night.
last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like shit.
I've been there. Not fun. I assume the temple didn't go well.
No. Nothing last night went well. Just I keep fucking up.
I don't know. I mean, it's the way you think of it, right? You went in and you did what you could. That means a lot.
As soon as I failed, I went out and did everything I could to just make it so much worse.
It's just, I remember going through this before when you always kind of mourn what could have been, right? It's okay to grieve, and you did it in your own way, and you're still alive, which is it's important. There will be other times for you to take those steps again, and I suspect it will go better, like all training.
I don't know.
Well, stick around this group, and you got a lot of people believing in you. And you know what? If you stumble, we'll be there. It's all good. We're all gonna go through it. I'm gonna stumble. Veronica's gonna stumble. Corthyndah's gonna step on his cloak. But it'll all be all right. We're doing good things in this party. I can feel it. We're on to something big. And if we're the group that has our own problems, but we can solve problems for others, I think that's a great place to be. Among friends. And I'll raise my glass to Fal.
I'll slowly raise a glass.
To better futures.
He'll just grunt. And he'll just split the bottle of whiskey with Kaelen, however much Kaelen's drinking, I don't know, but Val's out to get pissed.
I will be a little conservative with how much I'm drinking, mainly
Mhm.
because I'm trying to not give the sense that I'm babysitting Val, but also
You're
just a
totally
little bit
babysitting Val.
babysitting Val.
Sounds good.
Meanwhile, Veronica is getting left out of a drinking session again.
And feels
I
awful
said I was
for her.
going. I said I was gonna meet him there. I have to stop by the courier first.
Well, for now, why don't we take a break?
Okay.
You can
I
all
gotta
go
go
get some
find
alcohol. And we're back. First off, let's deal with Ronnie. You wanted to head to the Courier, which you know where they are.
Yeah.
They're up near Town Hall, not too hard to get to.
Yep.
Yep. So, yeah, you head up and make your way in.
Yeah, she just wants to send a letter to this Dahlia. Oh gosh, I looked up her name. Hold on. Rosto.
Miss Rosto.
Uh-huh.
That's the
I just,
artist, eh?
Yeah.
Do you know where
she
they
does,
live?
yeah. I don't. I was told that you might know as to send a letter to her.
Might, but I don't.
Well, who would?
Friends and family? She's not exactly a noble or anything of the sort, so...
Well, she has to have some kind of studio.
She does, doesn't she? It's a good question.
You're telling me you don't know? You can't send a letter to someone?
Can't send a letter if I don't know where it's going. I can hold on to it, and if I find out, I'll deliver it. It's got to be in the city somewhere. But we're not an investigative service, so...
Is there an artsy part of the city? Like, you know that part of the city, right? The one where they have a bunch of art.
Do you mean the Mage Quarter?
I don't know, do I?
I don't know. Do you?
Oh my lord.
Escroll didn't know where she was at. The courier doesn't know where she's at. She's obviously in the city somewhere. Yeah, sure. I'll leave you a letter and ask for an audience with her. And in the letter, I'll put in where we're staying.
Sure thing. If I find out anything, I'll be sure to deliver it. It'll cost you a silver, though.
Sure. A silver it is. So, actually, I need to subtract silver and a copper for earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. So it's 2 silver and copper I need to actually subtract. Okay. Thank you. And then Veronica will head over to the tavern.
So you find them drinking bottom shelf whiskey out of top shelf glasses. And I do need Fal and Kaelen both. I need a Constitution saving throw.
We're having a great time.
That first glass hit you both pretty hard.
Perfect.
Good
Yep.
shit hit stiff.
I mean, on purpose.
Veronica! Oh man, we've been having a great time. You should have some of this. And I'll pour from my half of the bottom
This
shelf
shit
Into what?
whiskey
into
her
her
mouth.
mouth.
No.
No. I will pour
So
it into
very
my
in
glass and
character.
pass it over.
It's not shit whiskey. Let me be clear. This could be top shelf in a really shitty bar.
Okay.
So it's shit whiskey.
Yeah. So I'll pour it into my glass and toss it over, and then wave. Can I get another glass?
Another glass of the good
Yeah.
stuff.
No, just an empty glass. We're gonna-
Oh. You're not going to treat the lady right.
I'll just kind of look over at Val like pretty
Wait,
drunk.
Veronica will interrupt and say, the lady will treat the lady right, and she will order a glass.
The good stuff.
How about whatever they're drinking?
They drank the good stuff.
Well, then I will take that.
Excellent.
That's the first step.
And he pulls out a third crystal decanter with a gold-lined rim. Pulls up the black box. Silver tongs. It's out a piece of pure, clear, glassy ice.
Before you finish that, what is this called?
Oh, this? It's called the Duke's Own. Duke's Delight,
Really
sorry.
good.
It's the Duke's Delight.
Oh, why is it called that?
Ah, well, because the Duke himself was the one who named it. He liked it. Hence the name.
You might even say he was delighted by it.
How do you get the ice so clear?
Ah, it's a magical item donated by the Duke himself.
Interesting. Does the Duke have another name? Is it just the Duke?
Do I know which Duke it was? Let me think about that. I believe it was Duke Rilwyn something Silver. I can never keep the Silver houses apart.
Is he local?
Well, he was.
Now he's
Was.
dead, I bet.
As
He
in...
he points to the label, which says 50-year reserve.
Does he have a family here? I'd like to, say thank you.
He's one of the Silver families. I just don't remember which.
Okay. Well, I mean, that seems... Well, you should know if you're
Should.
serving it, right?
I should, that's true. You're right.
All right, we'll continue.
Pours you a generous serving of alcohol. And that'll be 25 golden lions.
Seems like a very nice glass. So we will hand over 25 gold lions. Begrudgingly. She will look at Kaelen and Val and be like, what are you two doing?
That wasn't me.
All right. Veronica will down it.
Meanwhile, Figwyn, where are you going?
To the market to get some...
Just to the general
ingredients?
market. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you make your way
I
to...
actually found a no-bake recipe so that I can do this without having to borrow somebody's oven.
Oh, fantastic. All right, so you make your way to the market and start perusing. There's plenty of stalls here. And you
If I
do
can ever
find...
find the actual fucking directions. Okay, she just needs some butter, some flour, some grapes, 2 eggs, and some honey.
Okay. You find a stand labeled Farmer Greta's stand. It has eggs and butter both.
Awesome.
And another one called Mill and More that has flour and maybe honey. You're not sure.
Is it some kind of mysterious sticky sweet substance?
Yes.
She'll just assume it's honey for everybody's sake.
And then another one that's sweet and fresh produce that has grapes and maybe other types of honey and...
She'll get some grapes and some blueberries if they have it.
Okay. How much are you looking to get?
Not that much, because this recipe calls for like 1 stick of butter and a cup of flour, so it's... and 2 eggs.
Okay. Well, the butter is going to cost you 3 silver falcons. The flour will cost you 2 copper thumbs a pound. Eggs you'll have to buy by the dozen. They're 4 copper a dozen.
Yeah, that's not a problem. So how much is that all together?
Well, so that is plus... Are you just getting a pound of flour?
Yeah, that's fine. It keeps a while if you keep it right. So you can just take
The
it with her.
grapes are a silver for a pound of grapes. And a small jar of honey will also be a silver. So you're looking at 5 silver falcons and 6 thumbs.
Okay. I can do that. I will remove those from my sheet.
Okay. Meanwhile, Del. It seems to be a book studying various cultures throughout Faerun, including mentions of a place called Maztica that you've not heard of before, as well as some theories about there having once been dragon-like men. Not half-dragons, but like a race of dragon men.
Okay.
Which you know is true because they were here less than 50 years ago before the Second Sundering. There are still a couple of them, but they're rare now. Like exceedingly rare now. Most of them seem to have gotten torn away from Toril during the Second Sundering. But it's got all kinds of myths, dragon myths from various lands, ancient snake gods, information on legends about Naga and sea serpents, creation stories involving a creator race that seems to be serpent-like, folklore about snake people and dragon people. All manner of interesting but not entirely topical stuff.
Okay.
It's a good read, at least. Veronica, can I get a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
That good shit hits hard on all of you. You are all feeling a little tipsy. What do you guys want to do now? I mean, obviously you're killing the bottle, but what else? What are your plans this evening?
Y'all want to go get into some fights?
Funny you mention it. I was thinking I might head back to the south side of town tonight.
For a
I like
fight,
to
right?
Finish fights?
Maybe. I just want to figure out who screwed up my dream mist.
Well,
Let's do it.
I'm down to knock some heads.
Can we bring another bottle?
You still have a mostly full bottle of whiskey.
Oh yeah, all right.
It's just
well,
not the
then-
good
okay.
stuff. It's the cheap stuff.
Perfect.
Okay. We'll back you up. Let's do this.
All right. And so the three of you head south.
Kaelen, if I die, I want you to take care of Silver Mist.
You got
Veronica
it.
will ask
Take her racing.
Silver Mist?
Or him racing? I don't remember, actually.
It's his new horse, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're walking.
Yeah, you make your way south. And I mean, the further south you go, the less opulent the town gets. The more it Smells a little. Seems like there's too many people. Unwashed masses, as it were.
How fancy are Veronica and Kaelen dressed?
Well, Veronica doesn't seem to have anything that isn't fairly fancy. Kaelen looks like your average guard.
Pretty much, yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
Sorry,
I'll
go ahead.
I'll just guide him towards the alley by the piss pig where I first met the dealer. And describe him. Kind of be like, I think we need to just find someone that's selling. And, I don't know, it might be the Iron Throne here too. But,
I met someone who was selling herbs from Symbia. He might know.
so I'll look around the alleys and
Make a perception check. You forgot to roll with disadvantage, but it's okay.
oh. You sure? Could be
With
could be
us
lower.
assisting.
Could be worse. Kaelen and I are there.
No.
You do not spot the man from yesterday.
The herb vendor around here?
Oh,
You see him?
the one that I was talking to in the inn. He was very nice.
Looking
think
to
I was
buy some
supposed to-
oregano.
He was. I had where he was located. Niv, do I know where?
It's called the Gilded Compass. It's on the east side of town, but you don't know exactly where.
Okay. Well, anyway, Veronica will say he's at the Gilded Compass. I don't know where that is, except for that it's on the east side.
How far through the bottle are we at this point?
But far enough that you're all very much making every check at disadvantage.
Veronica.
Do they
is
have drinks
going
there?
to- I don't know. It's a Gilded Compass. We could stop at places on the way.
Hey, Kaelen, make a perception check.
Bar crawl.
With disadvantage, of course.
Yeah, because Veronica's gonna jump on top of his back, and as she's saying bar crawl.
So just as Veronica jumps on your back, nothing happens. You don't see anything.
Oh no.
Veronica, make a perception check.
I
It's
don't.
not going well.
This is not going well.
At disadvantage, of course.
Perception. Disadvantage. Oh fuck.
Every one of you rolled a natural 2 on that check.
The good stuff hits different, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah, you guys don't see anything. You're just... I mean, there's people all around you, but no one that matches the description Val was giving you.
Gilded Compass. Do I know that person's name?
Do I know that person's name is a better question. Did I ever give them a name?
I don't know. I just know that there's some from Symbia. I think I did ask them their name, but I can't remember. Could be Bob for all I know. In fact, Veronica is probably intoxicated enough that she would probably make up their name. His name was Fred.
So strange name.
I mean, he was from Symbia, so. But we could ask him. He's apparently a wholesaler for, like, I guess the area. And so he might know.
to the Gilded Compass.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's do it.
You guys start to make your way to the Gilded Compass. Fig, what are you up to?
She's gonna set up her little system with her skillet so she can make this little thing now that she's got the ingredients.
Okay.
I will link you guys a picture of what she's making.
Make me a cook's tools check or whatever that is. I think you got those on your sheet.
I do.
Yeah, make me a check with those.
Looks really good. Except for, what's the underneath part look like? It just looks like
Cake,
it's
actually.
berries on top.
Really
Oh, it's
basic
just-
sponge cake.
Oh, okay.
Damn,
It
that's
just-
a damn good
yeah.
roll.
She's good at what she does.
She's
yeah.
real good at what she does. Those come out tasty as fuck.
They are.
How are those no bake? That's wild.
You don't have to use an oven. You
What?
don't bake them. You cook them in a skillet,
Oh, I see.
Oh,
which is why
I
she
feel
got
like
her
that's
skillet
baking.
out. What I meant by that is she doesn't have to go beg somebody to use their oven. She has
She
the
can-
utensils
Oh.
she needs.
Yeah, she can just make a fire somewhere and use it. Like she could do it in a fireplace.
Hell, if they have a wood stove in their room, she could do it on top of that, right?
Oh,
But it is like a really dense energy bar almost with a blueberry and grape sort of jam on top.
Can I get from the troublemaking trio 1 investigation check, normal because it's disadvantage, but advantage because you're all working together?
Maybe that would be foul. Who has the highest int?
Veronica?
I can
Mine's
use
plus
the
3.
maneuver. Mine is.
It is not foul.
Do you have a
Okay,
maneuver that you want to
yes.
use for it?
I can, yeah. Might as well. I think I have them. Yeah, tactical assessment. I can do investigation. Yeah, alright. So I will do. I hear that giggling.
I'm just amused at the idea of a tactical assessment of where is the inn. It's totally valid. I'm not telling you not to do it. It's totally valid. It's just the mental image is amusing. Oh man, I hope
Yeah.
your roll is good on the maneuver.
Fuck. Come on, maneuver.
Oh,
Tactical assessment.
8. So
Please.
it was around 4:30 when you guys started drinking, around 4:45 when Veronica joined you, around 5:30 when you headed south to start heading, into the seedier side of town, 6:30 when you decided to head to the Gilded Compass, 11 o'clock when you finally find the place.
Oh my god. I imagine that Veronica's just like, I can find it. I know these streets.
Del, you're like a quarter of the way through the book by now.
Okay.
I'm just letting you
He's
know.
probably
Like,
just like sitting in the corner somewhere.
Fig
while
is-
Fig's
Fig has
cooking and-
finished making food and has probably offered you a taste, and
So we can go in.
sure.
What does it look like?
It's a nicer inn, but it's not like noble finery. It's got a large kind of it's a 3-story building with kind of a polished wooden sign with golden trim. The common room is clean and well lit with kind of mahogany furniture. The bar itself is stocked with some fine-looking liquor. There's a mix of booths and open tables in the common room. Clearly, they do actually serve alcohol, which kind of makes you wonder why the merchant wasn't drinking here. And then there's stairs that lead up towards whatever the guest rooms are. It smells faintly of pipe tobacco and leather.
Hello at 11 o'clock at night. Are there people drinking?
A few. It's not like a bustling bar. It's more like a quiet just a couple of people.
Do I notice the merchant there? at all?
You do not.
Okay. Veronica will go up to the bar and
Make a performance check at disadvantage.
performance.
You're trying not to look drunk off your ass.
Yes, I am. Performance at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Because you are, in fact, drunk off your ass.
Okay, wait. I think I can do a thing for this.
Okay. By now, by the way, you guys have finally killed that bottle.
Sweet.
I will. Commanding presence. I can make a performance check.
So 10.
Woo!
You
10!
do about an average job of looking not drunk.
She will go up to the bar and ask for the person by name.
By name, do you have their name?
I thought I did.
Fred, apparently.
Fred! Yes. He's a Symbian merchant.
There's a
wholesaler.
middle-aged woman behind the bar. She's got salt and pepper hair and a neat bun, sharp green eyes and a smile. And as you approach, she looks to you and says, "How can I help you?"
I met a wonderful merchant the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
his name was Fred. I'll describe him. And
Fred.
I don't know if that was actually his name, but anyway, he gave me this address as where he was staying, and I was just wondering if maybe he's in.
How many drinks have you had tonight, dearie?
1.
And this Fred, why are you looking for him?
Well, he was very nice and a good conversationalist. I wanted to continue our conversation, and she will eyebrow.
Make a persuasion check. At disadvantage.
Damn it! Persuasion.
What are the two of you doing while she's...
Fuck.
Oh.
Trying to stay upright.
I can't say that.
I'll go. Thal was watching, but he'll approach.
Are we
Please.
like stumbly drunk? Because
I mean, are you? Do you want to try not to be? You can make a performance check to not be.
I'll make a performance check not to be.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes, you are both stumbling drunk.
I'd
Why are we
imagine
so
I have my
bad?
arm around Fal, and we're just like trying to get somewhere into our beds.
You are at the like
Please.
singing body songs in the streets level of drunk.
Please, my
Once
lady.
was a girl from Nantucket.
Friend here is a aging
Oh,
single noble lady in need of this may be her last chance.
are you saying that? Oh, dearie me, that's a new
She
one.
needs to be wed.
Or at least get laid.
That, I guess, as well.
Veronica, I'm going to let you roll that persuasion check one more time because they are counteracting your disadvantage.
By saying she's a
By
desperate
being
wolf
good wingman.
cougar, at least.
Is
Wait,
Del
persuasion?
still in this area?
No, Dell's back at the inn reading.
Oh, okay.
Dell and I are hanging out in the room, not
Holy
being
shit.
menaces.
Let's go.
That was almost a one.
If I go and find this Fred for you, will you two lads promise not to have anything else to drink?
How does water count?
Oh, water you can have for free. And she actually pulls out a glass, sets it down, and then pours you a bit water from a pitcher.
Val, we're gonna need this. Just drink it. I know it tastes like shit.
She puts the whole pitcher down for you. I'll go and see if he's interested in visitors. Shall I tell him all three of you are here for him?
I just glance over at Val. Maybe? No, I'm just kidding.
Just me. Please.
Right. And your name, young lady?
You can call me Roni. He'll know me better.
Right. One noble lady Roni here to see Fred about getting laid. Hi.
She thinks you're a prostitute.
Oh my god.
Does she actually leave the bar?
Yeah.
Is there anything within the vicinity that
Veronica!
Veronica can swipe
You can certainly try.
for a drink more
that
than
is
anything?
fucking dangerous.
You can certainly try.
I feel dangerous.
That would be
Should
a
I-
sleight
what
of
should I
hand
roll?
disadvantage.
Poor Fig is
Okay.
here cooking things, and then she's gonna have to go bail half of her party out. Do you
I
think
that's all
that
I can
the
do?
guards of the city
Not
take
disadvantage.
grape cake?
Oh damn it! Fuck. Come on, not worse. Yes.
As you start to reach over the bar, someone comes up behind you and puts a hand on your shoulder.
Oh god.
And you turn and see a middle-aged man. He's got a full beard, mostly gray, kind-looking brown eyes, and a big pot belly. Smells a little bit of tobacco, and he says, "Now what do you think you're doing, miss?"
Sharing?
"Sharing my alcohol."
With you?
"Would you like to buy some, then?"
Yeah, totally. That was the whole goal.
"Of course." He makes his way around the bar. "What'll you have, then?"
She'll look at Fal and Kaelen. What do you want, all one?
I'm
Val
gonna
just
stick
hold
to
up the
this
water.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the water.
Both of them.
How about a bottle of wine?
A bottle of wine?
Yeah.
How fancy.
Well, do you have a suggestion? That sounds like you have a suggestion.
I have many suggestions. The question is the bottle for getting you drunk, or is the bottle for getting you some interesting company?
How about both?
Aye. And he pulls out a bottle and sets it down. 10 golden lions.
Oh, yay!
It's expensive.
How much could a bottle of wine cost?
What's your name?
My name. Now you want to know my name.
Uh-huh.
My name is Aldo.
Aldo, you are wonderful. And she will make an attempt to give him a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, thank you, dearie. The bottle is called Symbian Silk.
Is this your place?
My wife's and I, eh?
Was she the one that was just here?
Yes.
She was very pretty.
I know. Loveliest lass in her class.
This is an inn too, right?
It is.
Did you
Val,
just
Kaelen,
ask them to look for
we-
one of the people who stay?
We should totally stay here. They are very friendly. We should talk to the group. Definitely. I like this place.
Sounds good.
How much do rooms cost?
That depends on the room.
One room.
That depends on the room.
Oh. How about, do you have any rooms?
We have several.
I feel like we're going in circles with this conversation. I'm asking
I
you how
feel
much
like
for
you're
one
a bit drunk, lass.
Well, that is probably an accurate assessment.
As he's saying that, his wife emerges again, followed by the Symbian merchant.
It's Fred!
Fred! It's so great to see you.
It's Cedric, actually.
That's just another name for Fred. Cedric, nice to meet you. Again.
Not quite the same, but it's nice to see you again as well, Ronnie.
Yeah, let's sit and drink. Come on.
Oh, all right.
Well, she will guide him to either like a booth or a table somewhere off to the side.
And he will go and sit with you. Meanwhile, the woman takes her place at the bar again and eyes the two of you.
She'll give, Veronica will give the lady a wink as they walk away.
She just shakes her head. And then pushes her husband aside. Like, literally just, like, gives him a little shove on the shoulder. And he wanders off.
How are you doing, Cedric?
I'm fine. I didn't expect you here so soon this evening.
Well, you know the early bird catches
Um,
something.
Are you aware that Isadora thinks you're a slattern?
A prostitute.
A lady of the evening?
It is evening, and I am a lady.
Oh,
Oh my god, Veronica!
perhaps I have misconstrued the nature of... Rather, that is to say, I was not seeking to employ... I mean, I wasn't... Oh,
Wait,
Dear.
what do you think that is? I just wanted to have a conversation.
I'm more interested in what Veronica thinks that is.
a prostitute?
Well, you don't actually have to pay me, so maybe that's not accurate. Actually, I had another...
He looks even more confused now.
I have a different question for you. And no,
I
not
have
related to
so
that.
many for you. But by all means, go first. What else could possibly
Well,
happen?
You said that you were a merchant,
Yes.
and you dealt in herbs from Symbia.
Yes.
I wanted to know if one of the herbs that you dealt in was narrowroot.
Oh, well, of course we have narrow root.
Okay.
And I suppose you would need that. Of course.
I'm checking in on that, but also there's another one that I was curious about. And it's called Dream Mist. She will say it.
His
very
eyes
slow.
go so wide, and he leans back and like puts his hands on the table. My dear, I think you have certainly misconstrued this relationship. I don't deal in Morden.
I didn't say Morden.
No, you used the street name for it.
Oh. They're the same thing?
Morden leaf is the technical name of the leaf that is used to make the drug Dream Mist. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you don't
I
have
don't deal in drugs.
Do you know someone who does?
My gods, no!
Well, you don't have to yell.
Forgive me. I think it would be best if I say good evening.
Do you think that that's a good thing?
I most certainly do. Have a good evening, Ronnie. And he starts to slide out of the booth.
It was wonderful to meet you.
Can Fal make a perception check to have tried and, like, listen in?
Sure. Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, not bad. Could be worse. Yeah, you heard it. You heard certainly the parts where he was speaking loudly. Probably didn't hear the parts about slatterns and prostitutes, but the part about Morden Vapor you definitely heard. Well, Morden Leaf, anyways.
Alright, he'll get up and try and stop Cedric. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
No, please don't go. It's
What?
my fault.
What?
I'm the
Her
addict.
whore? No,
No,
I suppose
what?
she is the whore. You would be her... I don't even know the term.
She's no whore, and
Clearly
I'm
not.
just an addict. She was asking on my behalf. I mean, I'm the one looking for Dream Mist.
Well, I hope you don't find it. Good day, sir.
I just mean, she's okay.
Kaelen.
What?
You found Cogsworth,
Struck.
of all people, to ask.
I think we struck out.
Well, it's been a long night already. We might want to call our losses and head back.
It's been
I
a
bet
long night.
Dell's probably worried about us.
Del, meanwhile, totally oblivious to the time.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Dell is like, man, the quiet is nice.
Like, the most atrocious thing that's happening right now is occasionally Fig hums like 2 bars to herself and then goes back to what she was doing. It doesn't bother him.
Veronica will saddle up next to Fal and grab him by the arm and say, "I'm sorry. It didn't work. Apparently."
You're gonna die alone. I'm sorry.
She's got us. It's all right. We're a big happy family.
Yeah. Take another swig. This was fun. We had an adventure.
Did you
We
go
really
back to
thought
the
his name
bar,
was
or
Fred.
did they join you at the table?
I thought we were at the table.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
The woman comes by and just sets down another carafe of water along with 3 fresh glasses and then walks away. She doesn't say anything. She just gives you more water.
Thank you, lady. So we've struck out tonight. Do we want to head back? Or we could sleep here. Or we could try to sleep here.
I'd say we just head back. See, just in case there's anything going on with Fal and Fig.
Yeah, let's go. They need us.
All right, you guys are heading back. Fig, what have you been up to the past few hours since you finished making your whatever that is?
Oh, she's probably been reading the cookbook she bought. She's not a very fast reader, so.
Okay.
But I assume, like most cookbooks, it's got a bunch of stories and
Yeah,
stuff in it.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
She's the person who reads all of the life stories in front of recipes.
Oh, God.
She thinks it's
I've gained a new
charming.
hatred for Figwood today.
Poor Fig. She doesn't write them. She just enjoys the stories.
No, she just encourages them to be written.
Poor Fig.
It's not her fault.
Like on
Sadly,
the
capitalism is why they are encouraged to be written.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, so you guys start heading back? Okay.
And singing very loudly.
Of course.
Very loudly.
I need perception checks from all of you.
We're so gonna die.
Perception.
At disadvantage.
My best stat.
God, I love that a 20 turned to an 11, and the other two rolled so terribly. Wow, you
Wait,
guys.
wait. Let me use my thing.
What thing?
My menu.
Oh, sure. Go for it. Go ahead. Spend a resource.
Perception. Wait. Maybe I can't do perception. I can only do performance, persuasion, intimidation, investigation, history, or insight. So, no, never mind.
Okay. Kaelen and Ronnie, you're busy singing a song from your childhood that you used to sing all the time when drunk. This is normal for you. Val, you're humming along. You kind of know the words. You spot hands sticking out of a wall.
Oh shit! Ghost.
What?
And
No
then
point.
they're gone.
Ghosts. Where?
He'll keep pointing to where they were and start walking over towards it, or stumbling.
As you guys start looking where he's pointing, you see a bottom sticking out of the wall.
Veronica
I will
goes
grab
to
it.
try to
It's
touch
gone.
the bottom.
It's gone.
These aren't the kind of ghosts I expected. What's
It's
going
a
on? What was in
wall.
that whiskey?
Ghost sight,
A
apparently.
whole ass woman steps out of the wall with a umbrella over her shoulder, a fan in her hand. She's fanning herself. Looks very lost. Looking left, looks right.
Hi.
Which way was it?
What's she looking for?
I swear I knew. It must be this way. She walks right through you, Val.
Whoa.
Make a constitution check.
Oh yeah.
At disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, Val, she just walked through you.
I mean, right through him.
I think these are real ones.
Cool.
I don't think these are
Oh, even
fire
better.
knives.
As soon as she passes through you, your lunch and dinner both decide that they are no longer happy being where they are.
Veronica will point and laugh. It's Sally. You can't hold your liquor.
When you turn around, she's
Sorry.
gone.
Oh.
She had a fan and an umbrella. And a butt.
That's the most curious thing of all.
Oh, and hands. Did we all see that?
I think there might actually be ghosts here.
Veronica, make a constitution
Uh-huh.
check at disadvantage.
No. Is it a saving throw? Yeah, it's a saving throw, right?
Nope.
I
Check.
always forget which one. Oh, fuck. Okay. Damn. Okay.
Disadvantage.
Ugh. Oh, fuck,
She
man, I thought
passes.
it was gonna-
She passes through you from behind, and as soon as she emerges in front of you, your lunch and dinner decide they are no longer happy being where they are.
Are we being attacked by a ghost?
They don't seem to.
Is she still
Noticed.
standing?
She's walking.
Did I see her come out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm using Mark of Radiance
Mark of Radiance?
on the ghost.
You mean Hand of Radiance?
No, Mark of Radiance. It's from
Hit that for me so I can.
Astraeus tier. Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh. Wisdom. Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, get her.
Oh, we're attacking?
I don't
Wait.
know.
We're gonna fight a ghost.
Isn't there a penalty for using Astraeus tier?
Not. Oh, I don't know if it's for the using Astraeus tier itself.
Eclipsed Soul.
Oh.
So if you can make a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
What is the ghost doing?
At disadvantage?
At disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Awesome.
You gain a level of exhaustion.
Cool.
Because you weren't tired
Where does it
enough
say that,
already.
by the way? Just.
It's if you look at the actual
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Astraeus
Okay,
tier.
cool.
Yeah.
Sweet, thanks.
It's easy to miss, and I sometimes forget about it too.
What's the ghost doing? after I
She's
get
just
done?
walking away. Like you like
Just-
blew chunks straight through her. She didn't even seem to notice. She just walked past.
That's disgusting.
How rude. At least you could do is turn around and acknowledge.
She immediately
Us.
turns around and starts
That's
walking
better.
back towards you.
About time. I would
Oh,
like to
no,
know
no,
your
I'm
name,
going
lady.
to be late. I was sure I knew the way.
Well, maybe we can help you if you tell us where you're trying to go.
She doesn't respond. She just looks like she's going to keep walking right through you guys again.
Hmm.
Do you let her pass through
Can
you
I-
again?
No, I'm going to dodge.
Mhm. She just keeps
Try-
walking
attempt to
past.
dodge.
She just keeps walking right on past.
How about we follow her? Yeah.
All right.
Sounds reasonable.
You guys.
Meanwhile, across town, Fig turns to Don and goes, "Do you think we should be worried that they're not back yet?"
I feel it's ominous every time Niv takes a drink. No.
Del, do you think they should be worried? Is Del still with us? Might have gotten a call.
Sounds like no. Oh, yeah.
She just asked that, and Del's so engrossed he doesn't even answer, and she's just like, okay.
That's what we're going with. Del's so engrossed that he just doesn't answer for now. All right. Yeah, so you guys turn to follow the ghost, and she continues walking about a block and a half. And then she just fades out of existence.
Well, how are we supposed to follow you if you're invisible? Veronica will look around. What do we do?
I think we should talk to the others. This is way different from the ghosts in the other rooms.
Yeah.
These ones don't explode.
The other one exploded?
Yeah. On
Wow.
some poor lady.
Well, this one kind of exploded, but not them exploding. I'm hungry. We should go get something to eat.
I could use some of Fig's good cooking. Hopefully she's been making stuff in the hotel.
Of course she has.
I love that you guys have so much faith in me.
They're not wrong.
They're not.
Yes. To the end, and hopefully munchy fun foods.
I need
with Fig.
I need an investigation check from one of you.
I got this.
Normal.
Yeah, go, Kaelen.
You managed to find your way back to the inn, no trouble.
Yes.
Oh,
That water
Follow
coming in
those.
clutch.
That water came in clutch. By the time you guys get back there, the most of the worst of the alcohol is worn off. You're no longer at disadvantage on your checks. Still a little buzzed, but no longer like
I still have a bottle,
close
right?
to blackout drunk. Yes, you have a bottle of wine still.
How do they smell?
Well, I'm assuming that Fal and Veronica didn't puke on themselves, so they smell a little like alcohol, but not horrible.
Okay. I just want to make sure they weren't like coming upstairs and just smelled like vomit.
No.
Wait,
I mean,
wait.
If you smell their
So
breath, they probably smell like vomit.
She knows they went out drinking. She's not that dumb.
how about that dog sense of smell, though?
She's a person right now. How many
Oh.
dogs do you know that bake cakes?
Well, are you a person? Are you like we're getting home pretty? We're
They're getting
to the
home
end
at like
pretty late.
midnight.
Yeah. Are you
Well,
still up?
she's probably asleep, but so then yes, she's a dog.
Okay. Oh, but she would be asleep. Yeah. Veronica would be giggling all the way up to the room.
They will, however, find the skillet full of the dense snack cake with blueberry and grapes on top, and a little piece of paper that Figwyn clearly tore out of her notebook that just says "for Fal."
With one missing piece because you gave
Two
some
missing pieces because she ate some and then gave some to Del.
to 3. Did she give some to Corthynd? I assume Corthyn's
Oh
there too.
yeah, so
3 missing pieces. So there's 6 pieces still.
she actually probably cut it up and put it out on a plate, so it's not obvious that there's some missing.
Oh, well then there's 6 pieces of this lovely looking little cake thing.
I'll give
this
2
would-
to Veronica and Kaelen. Like 2 each.
Veronica will stuff the whole one in her mouth and be like, "This is so good.
They're very dense, but also very
This is
tasty.
so good." And take a swig of the wine to wash it down. And then she'll hand the bottle over to Kaelen and Val. You gotta wash it down.
Absolutely.
I'll take a small swig just to wash it down.
Big gulp. What was the weather like, Niv?
Relatively clear. It's very early spring, so a little cool but not cold. And it's been kind of clear the past few days.
Anyone know a way onto the roof?
I was just thinking that. I usually try the window, but the last time I tried the window, I fell.
Oh, well. We got 3 people this time.
Yeah, let's do it. Wait.
I will also remind you, Fowl, that rats are incredibly good climbers.
Okay.
I can't rat right now.
You don't want to be a drunk rat?
We
I
just gotta.
can't do anything. Not.
Small forms are
Human.
free, remember?
Oh right. Oh,
CR0 is free.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get that.
There was a window to the outside
Yep.
in the hallway, right, Niv?
Yeah.
At least on the second floor.
Yeah, that's where the ghost came in.
Yeah.
Veronica, we'll go up there and stick her head out the
The
window to
window
try.
does not open. It's not an openable window.
I just imagine Veronica going up there and starting to stick her head out the window and then going dunk as she encounters the glass.
None of the windows are. Veronica will
The
try.
window at the end of the hall does not open.
She'll try all of the windows.
Oh, there's no other windows in the hall. So are you going to the
okay.
one in your room?
We're gonna wake up Val, or we're gonna wake up Del, and then he's gonna be all grouchy, and I don't want to be grouchy. But Corthynd and Fig will definitely be grouchy.
Hold on. Fowl will go in and get his rope.
Fowl's staying in the room with Fig and Corthynd.
Yep.
All right.
How-
He will
how quiet is
stealthily
he?
try
Yeah.
and.
All right. Make a stealth check, Val. Normal. Fig, what's your passive perception? 10, right?
Oh,
10.
come on.
At least when I'm in a person. I don't
Well,
know
yeah,
if
but
this
it's
is when I'm
plus
dog.
5 for being in a dog and then minus 5 for being asleep.
Okay, so 10.
Yeah, and he wakes you up.
Sorry. Just getting my bags.
She like stretches and shifts into Figness while she's stretching and goes, Did you find the cake?
I did. Thank you.
Welcome. I thought you might like some kind of a pick me up. You seem pretty down. She does not, however, seem to be inclined to like stop him what he's doing or grill them about what they've been doing.
Thanks, Fig.
You're welcome.
Wait, Fig's not a dog anymore?
No, he woke her up because he's
Oh.
really drunk.
No, just because he's not stealthy. He's mostly over the drunk at this point.
Well, okay, yeah, but because in
Anyways.
all honesty, it's hard to sneak around a sleeping dog.
He will grab the rope, give her a quick nod, and hurry out the
Are you
room.
saying robe or rope?
Rope.
Rope.
She's just gonna kind of watch that, and as he's like closing the door, going, "Let me know if you need help." But she's also turning back into a dog and going back to sleep.
All
He's
right.
gonna sling it around his shoulder, and then just say, "Follow me. Wait outside." And then I'll shape into a rat and try the scurry up the.
Dragging this rope.
I believe whatever's on my person, like equipment and stuff,
He's right.
shapes with me.
It changes with him.
Yeah, I just didn't know if the rope would count. But
One moment. I'll tell you what. I need you to make just a straight 1d20 roll.
All right.
I mean, worst case scenario, we try to throw it to you, too.
Yeah, no problem. You scurry your way up. You make it up
Sweet.
onto the roof. This is a 4-floor building. It's the ground floor plus 3.
Okay.
Pretty high.
I will wild shape back, and then it's a sloped roof?
Mildly sloped roof. Arabelle doesn't
Okay.
get a lot of snow like ever, so they're not, or rain really, so they don't have like
Okay.
it's just barely enough to deal with rain.
Is there I would assume there's a chimney somewhere.
There is, yeah.
All right, I'll tie one end of the rope around the chimney then.
Mm-hmm.
And then drop the rope off the side.
So tying the rope around the chimney will take about 10 feet of rope. It's 4 floors at about 10 feet of floor. So the rope is just beyond your reach, Veronica and Kaelen. But it's there.
Can I try to jump for it?
Make an athletics check. Not at disadvantage,
Right.
just a normal athletics check. And a stealth check, please.
That checks out. Holy shit.
Pretty good.
You
Veronica,
awesome.
yeah, you jump up and grab the rope and start scurrying your way up.
Wait, can I grab the rope and then kind of put my hand down to help Kaelen get up?
Let me see if I get on it first.
All
After you-
right, fair enough. Veronica will just scurry up then.
And a stealth check. Yeah, no problem. Both of you manage to get up the rope, shimmy your way up to the top, roll over onto the ledge. This is old hat for you two.
Been trying to get on one of these roofs since we left the manor.
The city is much more peaceful up here.
Yep.
What does it look like across the rooftops?
Mostly dark. There's a couple of buildings that still have lights on. There's a couple of street lamps, but you're well above their level at this point. Pretty good view of the sky.
I was just going to lay back and look at the sky, yeah.
So are we stuck out on the dream mist?
Fine, just there's a lot of people that probably wouldn't have survived that. If that stuff's still out there, whatever.
What do you mean, survived what?
And so, something was done to the Dreamist. It was cut with something, or it wasn't normal.
Oh. Wait, so they poisoned you?
Well,
Extra poisoned.
I poisoned myself. But they're selling it to people without anyone knowing. So, yeah, people are gonna get hurt.
Well, we gotta find them then. Because that's what we do.
We tried.
There's always other nights.
Yes. Tomorrow night, we will be less drinky. And then maybe we'll be better.
Yeah, it didn't quite help us. But needed, right?
Definitely helps me.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
We'll try
Val,
again.
I'm gonna kind of point up at this guy, and I'm assuming we're all just like laying down looking up at this guy at this point. So, do you talk to those up there? How does that work?
Honestly, I don't really know. Yeah, I talked to the stars and moon, but I don't really hear anything back. I think it's just I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Do you think they do talk back once you maybe say the right words? Or
Stars and the moon? I doubt it. Sounds like gods are the only ones that are listening to folk and keeping them from becoming horrible demons or stuck in a wall for eternity.
We wouldn't let you be stuck in a wall for eternity.
It's not up to you guys.
Dare me.
Gotta find.
can't be stuck in a wall. You just break the wall down. The fists.
Kaelen here gonna go fight Celeborn, like.
I'm gonna go fight walls and windmills and shit.
Yeah, I really don't think you could get stuck in the wall.
That lady was stuck in the wall.
She got out.
Yeah,
She got stuck in
exactly.
you.
And you.
And now her lunch is stuck to the ground.
This is very disappointing. I liked that lunch.
And that expensive whiskey.
Oh gosh.
That was good though.
Not good enough for the ground. We'll try again. Because you're right, Val. If somebody's out there giving folks something that is going to make them sick, that's not okay. We got your back.
Thanks, guys.
I don't know about what to do with Escroll. I gotta say no, but also it's kind of a card.
Seemed like you... Oh, I guess not.
Would piss my dad off a lot. I think it would. I don't know if it would. It might. What do you think, Kaelen?
Oh yeah, it would definitely piss him off.
You do all that just to piss your dad off?
What wouldn't I do? Is the good question. I mean, he's obviously going around town telling people that, oh no, my daughter's been kidnapped or something.
Yeah. I mean... Isn't the point you, don't want him to control your life?
Right.
Seems like he is. If you're having to go to those measures to fight him.
I don't know. What do you think, Kaelen?
I don't know. I think we're gonna need more information for all of this with everyone in Escroll and
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
He's not bad looking.
Could do worse.
Could be a Symbian spice merchant.
Could
Real
be
stuck up.
Symbian spice merchant.
Right? What was with him? He was so nice when I talked to him before. He was so snobby afterward.
I just admitted to all this incredibly crass and illegal stuff, and I don't know why he was turned off.
All he had to say was no thank you. He started to get loud, obnoxious. Very rude.
At this point, Kaelen just starts snoring. He's like passed out on the roof.
Val, do you have a favorite star?
Actually, he'll is there like a North Star sort of deal? I don't know what the. Oh, geez, I had some.
Let's go see. There are constellations for some of the deities, like Angharad has one, Belembra's Belt. The brightest star in Mistra's star circle constellation marks due north. It's the Brow Star.
And there's always the Tears of Elune.
Saloon.
Or Saloon, rather.
And those aren't
Sorry, well, popped up.
technically stars. But they would look like them from here.
Oh, I guess they're the comets.
Yeah. But the Brow Star would be the equivalent to the North Star.
Gotcha. It'll point to one, like, just to the right, the Brow Star. That bright star, the Brow, it's brighter than the rest and always there, pointing people's way. There's another one right next to it, though, right there. Just sits watching. It's there, too. I don't even know if it has a name.
What would you name it?
I don't know if I would.
Why not? I'll name it. That's Falstar.
Thanks for everything tonight, Ronnie.
Huh? Oh.
And thanks for not taking that necklace. That was stupid.
I mean, I'll still take it, but it was probably too much for me, at least.
Yeah,
Now,
we'll
I don't-
see. I still might not be able to pass it off.
What are you passing it off to?
I was gonna give it to Dolly. Yeah. I usually leave her something when I come into town. Usually it's gold and something. And when I first got here, I thought, oh, things are different. I'll leave something different, not gold, just something nice that'll last for her, but that she'll hold on to.
Why
There's
can't
no
you do
point.
that? Why? Why is there no point?
Well, no point in her thinking or remembering me. not going to be coming through doing jobs for the Iron Throne anymore. We'll be off adventuring till I die that way, or till I get myself killed in a bar or alley or in room high on laced dream mist.
Well, you already
Better
tried
I leave
that.
her alone.
Failed that pretty bad. So you gotta try one of the other ones now. Do you know where she's at?
I probably do, having visited a number of times, unless she moved. I think so, unless she moved.
Would you mind introducing us to her? I really wanted to see the paintings that she did.
Sure.
Yay! That is the best.
Do you guys want to end here for the night with the three of you falling asleep on the roof like idiots?
Seems good.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Fig, I would give you inspiration, but you already have it.
Yeah, I didn't spend it.
Val, your reliance on substances continues to be the only way you can find peace. Tonight it was whiskey. Go ahead and gain inspiration.
Yay.
Ronnie, in your quest to keep people from seeing your inner turmoil, you continue to confirm that everyone is beneath you just a little bit. At least in your mind.
Especially that Symbian.
Especially that Symbian. Go ahead and get
Poor
inspiration.
Zazu.
I believe everybody else still has it. So we will end here. You all gain 250 XP for wonderful roleplay. And we'll pick up next week. Thank you all for coming.
Does Corthyndahast have his inspiration?
He does.
I thought he gave it to... Oh.
You say 250?
250.
Sweet.
All right, I'm going to end the stream here.